Hey, party people, broadcasting from deep in the heart of Texas. It is now the 11th hour. Do you know where your reality is? Hey guys, what is up? I am your host with the most scare performance alongside the Fizzy Pop, and welcome to the what is this? The After Hours Club and Speakeasy tonight, and hope everybody's doing great out there.
2 weeks till
We're
Christmas, Dan.
that's just way too soon. It's way too
Today's the
fast.
10th.
I hate it. I want
I
to go
know, I
back to the
still
old
got shopping
reality.
to do. I'm usually done by now.
Thanksgiving, the third Thursday of the month. That extra week, you got time to think about Christmas. Now it's just right on top of you. You ain't got time to do nothing. You ain't got time to put up the tree. You ain't hardly got time to put any decorations out. Next thing you know, it's Christmas. It's just too fast, Fizzy. I don't like it. I believe it's satanic.
Yeah, I think we should get a little more time because Thanksgiving is expensive. Putting on the
Well,
whole feast and the desserts and the decorations, and then you gotta start with Christmas, and it's a lot.
yeah,
But
it's
I'm
a lot.
usually
Well, you
done
got to.
by now, so I'm a little bit stressed at the moment. I haven't got my nephews anything.
Oh, I've hardly done any shopping. I've done some, but
I got a present from
just,
Dan.
huh? Oh
I
yeah.
got a present from you.
Well, that's true, but yeah. I mean, still, I
Priorities,
mean,
right?
I've done a little shopping, but I'm just saying, like, I just can't. I mean, it's too soon. It's like 2 weeks away. I mean, come on.
I think they should give us
Oh,
2 months for Christmas. I mean,
2 months.
a
Well,
lot of people
actually,
start earlier, but I mean, 2 months after Thanksgiving because so Thanksgiving we'd move to October like Canada does,
uh-huh.
and then we'd have more time to enjoy Christmas instead of rushing from one
Well,
holiday into the next.
I feel a little better. It's not just, it's 16 days away. So,
15 for me because I'm in the future.
well, yeah, it's true. Yeah. Well, okay.
And then you got Kwanzaa.
Shut up. That's not a real holiday.
It's on my
There's no such
calendar.
thing. I don't even recognize Hanukkah either. That's right. I said it. Hanukkah. Whatever.
Hanukkah,
Hanukkah.
isn't it? Oh, that starts the 7th.
Hanukkah. I mean, I
Why do
don't
they
know.
spell Hanukkah? Some people spell it with a C, and some
Huh?
people spell it with an H.
What, Chanukah?
Yeah, have you seen it with a C? It looks ridiculous.
No, I haven't seen it with a C. It's with an H.
No, I've seen it spelled with a C in many places. Google it. It's
How is
weird.
that
It
even?
looks so weird. A
It's
silent C?
Kanaka.
That's not a
That's Kanaka.
thing.
That ain't Hanukkah. Oh my God. No,
Google
no,
it.
I've never seen it. Is that Mandela effect? Holy crap. I don't know. I
Maybe
don't know.
people here just don't know any better because we don't have any Jews.
I don't know.
I'll look it up and
Kanaka.
see why some people.
Look up Kanaka.
I can't spell it.
It's, hold on.
I
Kanaka?
can't. Oh
Wait a
God, I
minute.
got some rapper. I don't know how to spell Hanukkah.
I don't think that's right. What am I
How do
looking up?
look up Hanukkah with a C, but I don't know how to spell it. Like it's
Han-
okay. It's on the calendar. Duh.
Hanukkah.
Hana.
Weird now too. What happened to Hanukkah? When did Hanukkah get 2Ks? What the fuck is that? Oh my God. I'm so over this, man. I'm done. I'm done. Freaking Mandela effect. Whatever, man. Okay, let's look this up real quick. Look what I'm seeing here on screen. I mean, really?
Okay,
I
so
don't remember
this
Hanukkah.
this
Yeah.
article
I love
says what
Hanukkah.
is Hanukkah? Info you need about Hanukkah, and
Yeah.
it's spelled with a C the second time.
Here it is right here.
I don't get it.
I don't know what the C is, but I'm just looking at Hanukkah with the 2Ks, I think. Wait a minute, am I doing that one?
Well, the C
Uh,
version only has one K. Here, I'll
the
send this article
Hanukkah.
to you.
See, look at
It's
Hanukkah right
very
there.
odd.
Hanukkah. 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 I've never
Hanakaka.
so Hanukkah. See, I thought
Isn't kaka
that is
mean
not my
poop in
Hanukkah. My
Spanish?
Hana. I think it's Hanakah. I remember it more like that. Can I get a Hanukkah like that, please? I don't know. I don't remember the U. I don't remember an A. Maybe I could be wrong about the U. Hanukkah ideas.
Katie
22.
says
Anakin.
2 N's and 1 K.
Is it 2 N's and 1 K? Fine.
That's how
I can
she
go
remembers, I think. I don't know.
Hana.
I don't know why it would have a
Hannah.
C.
I don't know. It could be 2 N's, but I don't remember. This definitely didn't have double K, man.
Oh,
What was it
according to
spelled?
Google, it has variations of the spelling.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, apparently. Hanukkah.
Yeah, this whole article has it with a C, and is
Oh,
that how they spell it
CH.
over there?
The Chanukah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chanukah.
Okay.
But it has 1 K. The Chanukah.
Chanukah.
And Hanukkah. And then Hanukkah.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
Oh, man. All right. Well, weird. I don't know. The double K is throwing me off. So, okay. Speaking of Mandela effects, for the longest time, I wasn't seeing anything in the sky as far as like the chemtrails, the whatever. I think I got a little chem lung from all these trails, Fizzy.
You
Because
probably
look,
just got a cold because it's winter.
this shit. I'm not kidding you. 30 minutes before this shit, this bullshit.
Who was driving that thing?
Dude, look at that bullshit. I was so pissed. I was like, I sent it to a friend of mine. I was like, dude, look at this bullshit. 30 minutes, it was clear blue skies, and you could see the little planes coming through with the trails. Look at this shit fanning out right here. Fucking lies, bitch. This is a huge chemtrail. This big cloud right here.
So they're driving in a Z pattern.
Jesus, look at this shit.
That's
now,
awful.
the night before, I was using the laser to piss off the stars.
Oh.
Yeah. I think they were just like, oh, okay. Yeah, you want to.
There's got to be consequences for that, Dan. I don't know if it's a
There's
good
got to
idea.
be. Listen, I'm telling you, you can make stars move with not all of them, but some of them, you can definitely make them squirm with a freaking green laser.
Yeah, do you know why?
I'm telling you, people, you need to do this.
Do you know why they move?
It'll trip you the fuck
Because
out.
you're irritating them, Dan.
It's pissing them off.
Irritated.
I know I'm pissing them off. They're just like, dude, I just work here. Get that shit off of me.
I'm just resting.
Whatever it is. Oh, they just get ticked. And they squirm. They're like, yeah, and they're moving up around. You can see it, dude. It's nutty. It's you. At first, when I saw it, I thought, okay, is it really moving, or am I just, just high? And I kept doing it, and the more I do it, the more I'm like, I'm sure this is happening. Not to mention, I've got witnesses now, and so people have also done it. Here's a laser pointed at that star. Now you tell me. Is it moving? They're like, holy shit, it's moving. What the, yeah, it's moving. So then the next morning, here's what I get. I get chemmed. They're probably like, you know what? We're going to block out you. There's going to be so much shit in the sky. You ain't going to be able to fuck with us anymore. Probably, I think they called that in or something. But yeah, isn't it suck, man? It's a bunch of nasty ass chemtrails. Just terrible. That was like one of those like images you see, like thumbnails you see, like when one of those chemtrail videos.
Well, try to. Either
if this wasn't my backyard, huh?
It's either multiple planes or they were driving like in a Z, like crisscrossed all around.
I'm saying if this wasn't my own camera, okay, and my own picture, I could almost be sitting back going, dude, there's no way that's real. But it is. It is. It's just the way it is. Anyway, yeah. Next up. Upside down, Mr. Potato Head looks like Steve Harvey. Facts. Freaking facts.
He said, stop sending me this. I wonder how many times he's seen that.
He didn't say that. Poor Steve. He's like, stop sending me this. That's so true. Yeah. In the news here, these massive tunnels were dug by ancient sloths as big as elephants.
So I have
Ancient
two theories about
sloths.
these tunnels. You'll love the first
Sloths.
theory. Okay, did you ever watch the Magic School Bus?
No.
There was one episode where they went inside the human body and it looked like that. What if they're actually not tunnels? They're in the body of some giant beast that's so
Mm-hmm.
big they can't even see it. Or it's just a lizard cave.
Have you seen the mud flood vaginas?
No.
Yes,
Look
giant
at that
Nephilim,
symbol on the door. Why would a sloth put symbols inside his
giant
cave?
Nephilim vaginas. That are
No, I
caves.
don't look at other people's
I'm
vaginas,
serious.
especially
I'm not
not
making
vagina.
this up. And it does too. It looks just like a vajayjay. You're like, well, okay. That's just a fossilized vagina, a giant one that appears to be a
Anyways,
cave. Anyway, it's really
so
interesting.
they're claiming that a
Yes.
giant ancient sloths built these tunnels because
Uh-huh.
of the marks on the walls, which could just as easily be any kind of tool. They were obviously built by people, and for what reason? There was another story going around about how after one of the plagues, not the big plague, but one of the plagues, people actually went back to living underground for a while, and they could never figure out why.
Hmm.
They were either hiding from the lizards, or the people that were underground were actually lizards, and they just thought they were people. Because without the internet, they could get away with a lot more back then.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Dan? Giant body or lizard tunnel?
I don't know. I'm going to try. I'm going to lizard tunnel, but I definitely don't think it's a sloth.
Yeah, there's no way. Why? In the area it's in, there's not even sloths there. There never were sloths. Like, that's your first instinct. Oh, it must have been a sloth. I don't understand these people.
I don't believe giant sloth. Sorry. It's just
They said because the shape of
besides.
the marks were the
Yeah,
shape
right.
of a sloth claw. You mean
Oh,
like a
or
pickaxe?
how
Or
would
like.
you know? It's a giant sloth that lived a long time ago.
And
That
sloths aren't
maybe,
known for work. Like, they wouldn't build these, they just lay around.
yeah.
A bunch of nonsense. Yes, hiding
See,
from giants.
look right here.
They
There
could
are
have built those.
fossilized mud flood vaginas, man, all over
Oh,
the
for
world.
crying out loud.
I'm not kidding you. Look, one right here. This one is famous, right there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I know mud flood. Hey, it's not pretty, okay, but someone's got to show you the truth. Let's see. How about this one? Yeah, yeah. Do I need to say any more? I mean, hello,
Go take a shower,
hello.
Dan. Go take a
What?
cold
What?
shower.
There's all kinds of strange stuff about this world, Fizzy. I mean, we all know about it. Look,
Why would that be preserved and not the rest of the body?
well, it is. You can't see it. It's covered with forest and stuff. Like, I'm sure the legs and stuff are still there, you know? I don't know. Mud flood. Mud flood. What's going on here? Let's see here. This one, you
So,
remember this one? This is a snake, Fizzy.
yeah,
Remember the snake?
but how
Why
I
can
know the
okay.
mud flood, but how are the buildings and the giants related? Like, are they saying the giants built all of the old buildings too? Because some of them are too small.
Well, there's something going on here because, like,
That is a
the,
penis.
see, there you go. See, which penis? Which one? This one?
Yes.
There's tons of them. It's that weird theory, like around the 1800s, there was like something that happened. They suspect that, because like the stuff they found, for instance, like some of the cities and stuff that were, like we saw in the World's Fairs and all that stuff like that,
Mhm.
were built to this amazing precision and look like some sort of Roman architecture, but then it's like weird. It's in Chicago. Why? And then it was just torn down, right? It's hidden. And then people were saying that at some point there was some sort of something happened. Like it wasn't the flood. It was something called the mud flood, which that's why you find these buildings, like these old buildings that are a couple, maybe almost 200 years old, 150 years old. That's what they're dated at. But they're like, they have these windows that are like underground. And it's just kind of weird. Like, why would you put a window underground? Why wouldn't it just be a basement? How did this thing sink down so far? I mean, there's all kinds of weird theories. Also, the orphan one, that's kind of strange. Where did all the
Yes.
orphans show up from? At some point, there was these orphan trains in the early 1900s. I mean, thousands of orphans, right? And they
Well,
came
then
from
there's all
somewhere.
the native theories, Native American theories. Like, did you know when the Mayflower first showed up,
Hmm.
the natives spoke to them in English,
Okay, that's weird. That
and
that
there were
that
cities already there that they were afraid to go near. They said they didn't feel right,
right, and it's
and
like
then we just kind of
Napatawa.
moved in. Yeah.
Right, in Burma, right, in Napatawa. So there's this giant city that like looks like. I mean, it just doesn't make sense,
It's
right? We all
creepy.
know about
It's
Napatawa.
creepy.
And then the people, the villagers there, don't go near the city because they're like it's got bad juju written all over, it, and they're all freaked out. Why? Why are they so weirded out about it when they built it? Right? Like, you would have thought they would have had plenty of people
You just
from
get a
the
feeling
surrounding
like
area
you're
to help
not
out.
supposed to be.
Well, when you see it, and you see 20-lane highways or whatever the hell it is, and you see all this architecture that doesn't look like none of it makes sense. I mean, it's like whatever. It's a giant metropolis city with nobody living in it. Just kind of strange. And then, is that whole theory like with like I brought this up, like they always say, well, China built all these cities, and then where are all the people? And then so you would just build all these cities, and they look so dystopian, and all the buildings are like it's like the same building over and over and over, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is weird. And so this was all kind of around, mud flood, and all these kind of new theories were popping up around 2016.
And they don't make
Also,
pretty
th-
buildings like that anymore either.
this is my favorite like proof of something. Like I believe that this is some sort of fossilized actual person.
Can you
All
make
right,
it a
before I
little
go into the
bigger?
Colossus, I want
What's that?
Okay, there we go.
Can you hear it?
to
Mm-hmm.
explain that this is a lot. Additionally, this
We're
is
gonna go for it. He's gonna look more
an
into the weather and other thing,
identification
but
of
I just want to show it.
statues in
I love this
Egypt
Oh,
that are
thing.
found
yeah,
in
that
Naga
thing looks
Statue
like Lord of the
This thing
Rings.
is this is like in the middle of where is this? Thailand or something? Or I can't remember where it was at, but it was like somewhere in Asia. And you have this thing, and then you got the like uh well, first off, it looks like a very European looking person for that region. Two, it's like out in the middle of a jungle, somebody just decided, yeah,
Yeah.
we're just gonna carve this large
Yeah,
person.
he's the best example of the
I mean,
giant that's being
yeah,
turned to stone.
turned
There's
to
a woman
stone.
that's pretty good
in
too, but he's the best one.
He is the best one. Um, Also, it shows like some weird formation, like with his leg that has like a gash in it. It looks like some sort of iron or blood is pouring out of it. It's just odd,
Oh no,
man.
is it coming back to life?
I don't know. Here's another one.
Oh
Check
my
this. Yeah.
goodness, I've never seen this one.
Well, I've never seen that one either. Oh my God, that is
He
crazy.
looks like he's
town,
wearing
and
clothes.
that is what would just exactly what would happen to that. The arterial blood would flow into there. Somehow they capped that off. I do not know how, but normally you would be running out. Red blood would be running out, and I actually have a finger that shows the red blood crystallizes after it. It's called. You can look it up on YouTube. It's called. Little finger squirts garnets, I believe is what it is. And then garnets are
Only thing I just don't understand is like, let's assume they turn to stone. How in the hell did they turn to stone like that? And were just so perfectly preserved, you know? Let's just say it was a real
I
giant.
don't know.
I mean, the detail
I'm
is kind of
surprised that they
crazy.
didn't destroy
It's like
them, to be honest.
Yeah. Makes you wonder. It's like, uh, you know, people turning to stone
Medusa.
is kind of strange. Medusa, yeah. It's like Greek mythology, right? People, they kind of tell you that at some point people turn to stone, and you're just like, why do they believe something like that? It's so weird. The strange stories they always had, and it's like, is there a little bit of truth in all their stories about something that happened, in the past? This is where they came up with their mythology, and I kind of believe it. So, especially with a lot of that stuff, I don't know why. All I can tell you is that our history is so strange, and I don't, I don't think anybody has any clue as to what we're seeing
Is
here.
that a
Here's
foot?
another. What is
Look at
that?
the toenails.
There's actually what they
Yeah.
call an abrupt transition. It goes from, and it
How
cracks
big is
right
that
across
thing?
there, and that's,
It's giant.
believe it or not, the plateaus that we see. And I'm telling you, you can laugh all you want, but these are facts. And you see this lichen all over? That lichen is there because it's looking for blood, and it's right in there. I
Oh,
don't know if you see what I see, but I see a guy sitting on a dragon scaled body. I don't know what else to say.
crazy.
All right, before
All right. Interesting. What if it is that? All right. So that was the tunnels. Let's see. Up next, mysterious Steve. Light emissions emanate from Earth's magnetosphere.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
People. Steve. Tell people about Steve. 'Cause what do
So
we know?
there's lights that are showing up that are similar to the northern lights, but they're saying they're not northern lights, so they named them Steve. There's also another one named picket fence lights, which I haven't seen a picture of. I guess let me look at the
Steve,
thing.
huh?
It said Steve was a character from some movie or something. I've never heard of Steve. Can't you name it something?
No, Fizzy, you can't.
Because like if you're going out to see the Northern Lights, like hey, we can go see Steve tonight. It just doesn't sound. So this is
Yeah.
showing up in Canada. Um,
See,
Steve.
that's what. Yeah.
Steve is not a regular type of aurora. It appears in lower latitudes and features different colors.
Mm,
Okay, so Steve stands for Strong Thermal Emission Velocity Enhancement.
okay.
I thought
I
Steve
figured it
was a
was something like
character.
that. What's that?
I thought they named it after somebody. I guess not. Like I guess I can
Well,
take
that
it
would
that
be ridiculous. I think you were thinking that too, but I figured it meant something. Uh, so let's see. Strong thermal. What did it say? What'd you say it was? Where's it at?
um
Is it in here? Let's see.
strong
Steve
thermal emission velocity enhancement.
velocity enhancement.
So it
Steve.
shows purple and green emissions located along magnetic field lines. So it's not just northern lights. These can be anywhere on the. Remember they had the map of the magnet lines.
Mm-hmm.
Weird things happen on those lines, Dan.
Yeah, about in the
The paranormal
the parent. Yeah, the what do you call those? Damn,
ley lines, right?
the ley lines. Yeah,
Yeah.
the ley lines.
So these where
Mm,
Steve shows up. It
hmm.
says a brand new mechanism that has never been reported before. But it doesn't say when it first showed up. This article's from 2018. And it'd be about the right time.
How do these scientists not know anything? Scientists have known for several years that Steve is not a regular type of aurora because it appears in lower latitudes, like like say Middle America. Features different colors, says Zing what is it? Zinging, zing, ding, zing, ding,
Xing,
choo,
Xing,
ding, ding, ding,
Xian,
xing,
Xianing.
xing, ying, choo.
I know the X is pronounced like she, like right?
I was
Xian,
ding,
Xianing.
yang, king,
This is
choo.
terrible. We'll
I
just
know.
call him Chew.
Choo. Yeah, from Choo. A researcher at the Laboratory for Atmospheric and Space Physics at the University of Colorado Boulder. But exactly how these light emissions form high in the Earth's atmosphere remain a mystery. So why are we paying you? Why is everything still a mystery with NASA and places like this? You know,
Well,
I
it's
mean, it's
probably a
always a
mystery why
mystery.
it just suddenly started happening. Like,
You're just never sure.
yeah.
Hmm. Backronym: strong thermal emission velocity enhancement. I think that is just basically a short for BS. But they don't have a clue. And typically appears as a narrow purple band arching across the sky. This ribbon is sometimes accompanied by rippling green lights. Well, that sounds just like the Northern Lights. I don't know. Call me crazy. But those
No,
that
it's
just
not.
sounds
It's
like
Steve.
I think they're
Oh,
just coming up with
scroll
some
down. There's a
bullshit.
better picture. Tell me this
Yeah.
doesn't look like a simulated. Look at
Okay,
the
that looks
lines.
like the fucking Matrix right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally.
So if you see the Matrix in
That
the
is
sky,
weird.
it's
Can
Steve.
let's blow that up. This is the best I can get it.
Control plus, maybe.
Control plus. Really? Yeah. Control. Yeah. All right. There we go.
Look at the lines. Not wonky. I don't trust Steve at all. Sorry, Katie.
Well, see, they've added a graphic into this. So they've got the green and purple right here. And so this other stuff is just showing, yeah, the graph.
2018 Steve event.
Steve. Where was it at, though? Could you see it in Texas?
It said Canada,
Oh, well, that's.
but apparently it can show up wherever it wants now, as long as it's on the ley lines. And sometimes it comes with this weird picket fence looking thing. I don't trust Steve.
I don't trust him either. I do not. But yeah, so look for some Steves going down. Also, you guys might have heard about this, and Suso sent me this. Apparently, if you're going to be lucky enough to see the April 8th full solar eclipse, and you're going to be in the Umbra, as I will be, as I'm probably teleported out of here. This will be my. I'm only here for like next few
You
couple months.
cannot. You are
people.
not allowed to just
I'm leaving.
rapture yourself.
Yeah, I feel like that. Oh, that's just going to be a rapture event. And yeah, peace out, man. Good. It's been great hanging out with y'all, but I gotta go. No, but seriously, when you're in there will be a comet that you'll be able to see once the sky goes dark because there's no sun and it's covered up by some sort of. I don't believe it's the moon. I'm just gonna call it what it is. I call bullshit. It is some sort of weird,
Shit.
thing. It's some sort of sheath that's covering the sun. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's a moon. They say it's a moon, but it's just strange, that the sun is so big and far away, and yet the moon seems to
I
cover
had
it
a
perfectly.
dream about. Okay.
What?
I had a dream the other night that we were doing a show, and all of a sudden it turned to daytime.
Oh, great.
And then when we went outside, half the sky was night and half was day. And we had to go underground because they said the world was going to end in 40 minutes. But then when we went underground, it turns out they were sacrificing people to try to prevent the earth from ending. So we had to leave, and then I woke up. So
This was a dream that you had?
yeah.
Holy shit. Whoa. Damn. Okay, that's a very specific, detailed dream, Fizzy. I mean,
I'm on a lot
lucky
of medication.
okay, I'm gonna say My God, give me some of what you got. Holy crap, man! Share, you know, if you're happy and you know
Which
it, share your
one?
meds. Jeez. All right, I'm kidding, but man, that's very specific. That's weird.
It
Weird.
was
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah, that
Half the
is.
sky was dark and the other half was split right down the middle.
You know those? Yeah, it sounds like one of
It
those
was probably
dream
Steve.
sequences. It might be a Steve, but it sounds like one of those dream sequences you see in the movies where everything's like super like crazy going on, and like that's like what you just described is like I could see that in a movie or something. Like, and then you go underground, and then like I don't know, man, that's wild. Anyway, let's hope that doesn't happen.
I have dreams
Okay.
about that underground place a lot.
Oh, really? Probably where you've been cloned. It's probably the cloning center.
Don't even
You should
say that
listen to some
because
Donald. You should
you
listen
go
to some
there,
Donald Marshall. Yeah.
there are different yous down there. And the
Huh?
lower you go, the better the version of you is. And you want to be one of them, but you don't at the same time. It's the weirdest feeling.
Hmm. Okay, explain. This is another dream, I'm assuming.
They're all reoccurring and connected to each other.
Hmm.
So whenever the world ends, we go down underground. And there's more yous under there with different
We only
lives.
have 40 minutes, though. I don't think
Yeah, a
that's enough
lot can happen
time.
in 40 minutes.
Well, good luck finding me underground. Well, I say that, but I'm also the
And
guy
they
who
find
claims that
you.
I'm close to the largest super collider that was ever constructed, and also that may be active. I I still wonder, you know.
Do you go
It's
back
too
to the
much weird.
same places when you dream?
No, I don't even remember my dreams. I
You need
think
to.
I don't think I don't know. I'm wondering. Like I heard that once they clone you, they you don't dream anymore. So
Oh, I'm safe. But I
yeah,
dream a lot of weird things.
yeah. I probably either need fizzy drugs or some. I do have dreams though. I'm not. I'm just kidding. But I do have dreams. But
They don't
I
mean
just
nothing
don't.
to you. They're
Well,
just
they
silliness.
do, but it's always like weird, like scenarios where it's like I'm arguing with somebody or I'm having a disagreement, and I'm like, you know, I just it's one of those kind of things where it's just like maybe it might be work related typically because I'm stressed
Stress
out.
related, yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. All right, well there you go, Steve. Be on the
Yep.
lookout.
Thanks for triggering me, Steve.
Yeah, Steve. Doctor Who fans have not seen the last of Yasmin Finney's controversial trans character.
Yes, the
All
new
right.
Doctor Who. The last one they replaced and did a woman, and now
Mm-hmm.
it's a trans black person. I'm not sure if they're a trans man or a trans woman or if they're a they them.
Okay, so let's see.
Good job, I guess. And they're like, oh, because the doctor's so old, he can be any gender he wants.
Well, it looks like Candace Owens
Kind of does.
with a Jerry curl. Sorry, Candace. It does though. Straight up. I'm like, man, it's weird. Can't they cast Candace Owens in the show here? Okay, well, again, I guess Who fan. I guess the Doctor Who series is just wanting to self-destruct themselves.
I
Go
never
woke and
could get
go
into
broke.
it.
Are they Disney? Is that what the problem is?
I thought that was from British.
Yeah, but it says the Star Beast premiered on BBC and Disney Plus. Well, I
Oh,
don't know
maybe
if
Disney
Disney
did buy
owns
it.
it. Who owns Doctor Who? Let's see here. If it's Disney, then you know why. What's going on here? Disney's trying to just kill everything. Nuclear about Disney.
I cannot
Who,
spell today.
who owns Doctor Who series? Doctor Who series.
Disney does not own Doctor Who.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's owned by the BBC.
By the BBC. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Yeah.
I know a lot of people are really into the show. So they're pretty upset. They're like, the Doctor has always been a crazy man, like a Doc Brown kind of character. And when they made her a woman, they didn't want to make her like silly, because she's a strong woman. It kind of ruined the feel of the show, And now they got this person that's a new Doctor. It's gonna be terrible.
Speaking of the trans, so Dylan Mulvaney just had some sort of conference or something, and nobody showed up.
Yes.
I'm looking for some. It's funny. Like
there aren't many clips of it because they don't want to see.
No.
They don't want people to see that no one cared.
No one cared. Where were they speaking at?
Some university in Pennsylvania.
I'll look this up. Here speaks at university. Was it Penn State?
Sounds
probably. Right. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. So I don't think they're gonna show. Well, anyway, yeah. So like 4 people showed up.
4?
No, I don't know if it was just 4. It wasn't very many though. It was pretty much a bust.
Yeah.
And because no one cares. No one,
they pretend to care online, and it gives these companies the sense like, oh, this is trendy. This is what people want to see. But in real life, people don't act like that. And so they're not making any money, and they're just like totally clueless.
Well, you would have thought like they've had a good year to really soak in the whole Bud Light fiasco. And a lot of companies like Victoria's Secrets and stuff are kind of like, yeah, we tried. We really did. I don't know what the hell happened. It's kind of crazy how they just went down this road, right? Like, and they decided to make this executive decision, and it's really been a bad one for a lot of companies, Target and all of them. And no one's, I don't know, I mean, it's bizarre to me because it's almost spiritual because, well, it is spiritual. It's a spiritual thing because there's no way that so many people could just be completely on board with this and all just decide to do it and move in this direction like so fluidly, like every company. Like what force?
It's like they think TikTok
is at work
is
here,
real life.
Yeah. That's bizarre. Okay. Well, there you go. Doctor Who fans. Well, sorry. Then they had this one. These guys are here. Outrageous transgender women take gold and silver medals at Illinois Cycling Championships. This makes me sick to my stomach. And then the girl has to sit there and be all excited for it, like, yay! I got 3rd place.
That second one isn't even trying.
Look at this guy. He's like,
at
I'm
least
a
that
real
one's
girl.
got longer hair.
Yeah, I know. This guy is like, yeah, he still looks like a straight up boy.
Yeah, he just looks.
And these guys are dating. So he's just like, yay. They're both like all faggy and like, yay. And it's weird. It's like, you can still see the dude's junk right here. Like, okay. Here's where I draw the line. All right, fine. You guys want to cycle and women's stuff. Fine. Chop it off. And 2 years of hormone therapy and no penis. And then I want to see how you ride, on that seat, okay, with that tiny little seat with I'm
gonna send you a TikTok real quick, Dan. I'm gonna send you a TikTok, and I really disturbed by this person because they don't dress like a woman; they dress like a little girl. But the way they're describing the surgery is bonkers, and I don't understand.
Oh, I looked at the whole thing on how they do it, and I was
No,
like, it was a what?
he just watch him or her or it or whatever it is. It's so creepy. All these TikTok guys, they're not women; they're little girls. Like Dylan's like first day of being a girl. Ugh.
You would call me ma'am. I'm
not gonna call them anything. I'm gonna run away. I'm not engaging with that.
He doesn't even have the boobies. At least get the boobies, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah, those are the best part.
God. So weird. He's gonna go with the green hair, but no boobie. No nothing. Sitting there riding around. Oh, and you're gonna sit here and be like, we're girls.
And they're just like awkwardly like, ish.
Yeah. Well, and they don't care. These chicks don't care because they're lesbians. So.
Wait, so what?
These girls are probably lesbians. I'm assuming. Well, this one right here, especially her. This one right here, she's on. She's on the fence. I mean, I think she got some red hair.
She looks really uncomfortable. That's all.
Yeah. And these two
she's
right
like,
here.
Why am I here?
Yikes! It's these two again with their penises. They're winning ladies. They're winning in ladies events, and everyone's cool.
Like Lady Ballers.
Yeah, Lady Ballers is coming out. Oh God, that's gonna be funny. Oh, people are gonna lose their shit over that movie. Which I can't believe they're actually making it, but it's gonna just stir up some shit. I'll tell you.
Oh no!
Okay. What?
The chat just asked if I've seen Recall Vector's videos. So now, Once Upon a Timeline is an AI. Remember last week he said that Moneybags was an AI?
Yeah. He's gonna say I'm AI too. He's gonna be like, we've never really seen Scarab, so he's probably AI. And let's be honest, that's just a voice changer.
The comment, she's like, "Oh, the way her lips move always give it away."
Oh, see, I didn't even get on. I mean, look,
you saw her in real life. She's didn't you at the conference?
Which one? Who is it?
Once Upon a Timeline.
Yeah, I saw her. Yeah.
Nope.
I saw her.
She's an AI.
Dude, if anything, why don't you just go with that's funny. You bring her up and then you brought Moneybags. Dude, look at those two together. That is, dude. She is Moneybags' sister. They literally look identical. She looks like Look at her. Put her face next to Moneybags, and tell me if that is not just like.
Don't they have a similar last name too?
I don't know. All I know is that they look.
I think they're twins.
They look shockingly, very, very related. And if you want to bring a conspiracy or something, dude, I got one for you. How about Moneybags and Once Upon a Timeline are really related? How about that one? And they both work for the CIA or some type of 3-letter agency.
Okay,
how about that?
So
that's a good one. You should go with that. But this whole thing that they're not even real, dude. I saw the chick.
Is he gonna? Is he okay?
Who?
Recall Vector, like.
He's never been okay.
A Quantum Conscious is also an AI.
Quantum Conscience.
Yep.
I've talked to Matt on the phone, so unless I talk to AI there, whatever. The dude's just trolling, man. I'm not even gonna really get into it because I mean, like, he's just trying to start trouble and start drama in our community.
If you watch the videos, it's just like a webcam glitch. Like, I think with the Once Upon a Timeline one, she might be using like a skin smoothing
Josh
filter.
Sparrow did that to Moneybags in the very beginning of the Mandela Effect community. Josh Sparrow literally recorded Moneybags with 480p, okay, and then claimed that you could see lizards and fucking snakes and 666s and shit in Moneybags' forehead and stuff, and it was like, bro, you can see you can see all kinds of weird artifacts, man, at 480p. and then you play it back. Everyone's a lizard. I don't know what you're talking about. And then Moneybags makes a video like, "Oh, I just got called a 6-foot lizard. You know, I am shocked." And it's like, are you really? I mean, who cares? Really, who cares? Why do you care? Every time somebody made any kind of video about money would be the first one to tell you about it. And it was funny because he was coming from like channels that nobody even watches. One guy had like 10 views in the entire of his entire channel, makes some sort of claim about money bags, and then money has to like, you know, like tell
The
everybody.
drama
And then
gets views. We should do it
I'm
more
telling
often.
you, oh, hey, and I'm sure Money's gonna make a video about Recall Vector, calling him AI. And so there you go. Now they got their little drama stuff, and it's good. Hey, at least all I'm saying is, can we get some? I like if you got some real drama, like me and Lone Eagle had for a while there, that was pretty good. That at least was real.
That was
You know,
terrible.
it was terrible. Well, it was mainly one side was drama, and then my side was just kind of like okay. And I said
What
something.
is he talking about?
Oh man, yeah. Look, I mean, we've all had some drama in our community before, but Recall's little thing where he's going around calling everybody AI is just getting old, and
Yeah, and the
it's
the
stupid.
clips of is just like a camera, obviously a camera glitch.
Yeah,
It's like,
Moneybags is an
how
AI.
is
Moneybags is Mr. Potato Head in real life, but he's a real person.
what if him
Okay,
and Ava are both the same person? They use filters to
I think.
make themselves look a man and a
I think.
woman.
Well, I mean, I met Ava,
So
so
Moneybags is the AI.
Moneybags. No, I think Moneybags is real. I think Ava. I just think that I only think they're related. I almost feel like they're related, man. They
It's
just look alike to
possible.
me.
It is
I don't know.
possible. If you dig
Put them.
back far enough, there's a lot of connections between certain people. It's a little strange.
Oh yeah, look up. Remember, I got in big trouble over this one. You know, had a lot of people in my that were just like, "No way, Dan, it's not true." If you look up True Stream Media, okay, Melissa Melton, who worked for Alex Jones, is the same damn chick, Affected Collective.
Mm-hmm.
Then she was doing Mandela videos.
They were
That's
good
her fucking
videos too.
voice. They were good videos, well done. Yeah, no shit, they were. She's works for Alex. She's Melissa Melton or whatever her fucking name is. And so yeah, so then she became Melissa Dykes because she married Aaron Dykes, and then whatever that whole thing. But she was, dude, that was Affected Collective, and I mean I remember telling people like we'd listen to it and say, hey man, we're gonna listen to some True Stream Media. Check this out, and I would put her fucking voice on, and then they were like, yeah, so you're listening to it, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that. Well, that's not even her. I was like, that's Affected Collective. And they're like, what? No way. And it is absolutely Affected Collective. I've got proof.
Yeah,
I
she had a
I
very
actually
distinct voice.
she's a distinct voice, and I actually recorded her channel, getting 100 every hour, 100 new subs every hour. Back in the day when you could, watch people's channels grow in real time. So I actually I took a screen capture of that, and I watched her channel just artificially grow to 60,000 subs in a couple of months that she had been on. Now, she did have some really good videos and stuff, but again, she also had a little bit of a push. And there's no way you just get 100 new subscribers every fucking hour for 20. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just sit there and watch it. Like, oh, another 100, and look at the stats, and you would see it. And it was like, okay, these are being purchased. Okay, that's ridiculous. There's a lot of people who got purchased subs. There's a lot of phonies out there, and a lot of um, man, you guys have no idea what's lurking out there. But I'll tell you what's funny is just don't take when you start seeing, don't get caught up in this stupid drama with some of these people, because they're just doing it on purpose and they're just trying to suck you in. It's just like flat
Low
earth and stuff like
energy,
that. Yeah.
low
And they're just
vibrations.
They love it, man, because they knew, hey, man, bad press is still press. So, anyway, just a little warning for you guys. All right, next up. What is a dink? You know what a dink is, Fizzy?
No.
Well, here's a dink.
So dink. Dual income, no kids. Never shut up about it.
We're dinks.
We're dinks.
We're dinks.
We don't have kids to feed, but we got lots of money to spend on goodies.
Yeah, the shopping cart may be full, but the egg carton, on the other hand, because forget cradling your newborn, helping shape it into a wonderful human being in your old age, knowing that you'll be cherished. Fuck that when you can buy more Costco pizza and cookies instead.
We're already planning our European vacation next year.
My personality is travel. Dude, going on holiday isn't a personality.
We get a full 8 hours of sleep.
All the sleep in the world won't get them eggs back.
We can play with other kids and give them back.
Except when it matters, their kids will actually be there for them. You two, on the other hand, we know why you don't want children. You are children, clinging on to extended adolescence. You're just too lazy, irresponsible, and obsessed with snacks to make the commitment. I can eat more, I can drink more, snack, snack, snack. Fucking hell. Is that where all the extra time not having kids is spent? Literally the product of an algorithm-driven social engineering campaign and claiming it's your own free will. You're the ultimate conformist.
That's hilarious, man. Anyway, I saw that, and there was like these people, and they're being paid. Listen to me really close. They're being paid to push this lifestyle because this is the shit. They don't want any kids, so this is the thing. So, you're gonna have a bunch of people that are gonna have trouble conceiving children because something happened a couple of years ago, and then people were forced to do something that they didn't want to do, but they did anyway. And yeah, they're gonna have trouble conceiving. And two, you got this lifestyle, pushing alternative lifestyles like, transgendering and, homosexuality and all this other stuff. And now dinks. These are for people that are together. Don't think about having kids because if you do, you're going to miss out on all this fun shit you get to do. Like, sleeping in and, all this other stuff. And, eating crap food and going on vacations. So there you go. Dinks. It's just another.
Never heard that before.
Yeah, it's new to me too. I heard it this week, and I was
Technically, you're a dink.
You know what? I might have a couple illegitimates out there. I'm still holding hope that might be true. I'm waiting for somebody to show up and be like, "Daddy," I'm like,
"Oh, little
sweet.
baby Dan."
Well, it'd be cool. No, it wouldn't be a baby. It'd be full grown, like probably older teenager. And I'd be like, sweet, I can do this because now you're at the cool age. We can hang,
Oh.
I missed out on all the,
diapers and stuff.
Diapers and crying in the middle of the night. I didn't have to worry about that. I think that's really great, actually find out I'm a father this late in the age, in the game. And, I'd be like, sweet, we can got a lot of catching up to do. And that's cool. I could work with that. Does that seem selfish? I'm kidding. Okay. I'm kidding. I am a dink.
Imagine how much fun Christmas would be with a little baby that still thinks about Santa.
I'd be like, you know what? You brainwashed little bastard.
Damn, you can't ruin Christmas. What if it was just a baby? I'm not going to be your surrogate no more.
Just kidding. Okay, all right. I'm kidding. All right, yes, I love children. Kids are great. Great. Muslim New York student who probably tore down missing Israel children posters. Yeah, dude, this chick here. I mean, wild-eyed. She looks like your typical wild-eyed lefty. And anyway, she tore down those posters, and now she's pissed. Well, not she's really pissed. She's just like, oh my god, I'm banned from New York University and basically kicked out because I can't stay there anymore on my scholarship.
Film tearing down these posters outside of Tisch Hall. A student at NYU circulated the video on social media, and she was calling for us to be doxxed. Shortly after, celebrities, public figures, and Zionist platforms with millions of followers were sharing our information publicly.
Okay.
The student also created a petition which received over 10,000 signatures to call for the expulsion of everyone in the video. I faced relentless backlash from right-wing media and news outlets for weeks. most calling for me to be jailed, expelled, deported, assaulted, and to be sent to Gaza. NYU refused to cover off-campus housing because I'm on scholarship, so I couldn't really afford to live in New York otherwise. So despite it like no longer being safe for me to live in dorms, they denied me access to off-campus housing, and now they're denying me access to higher education.
So just to get this straight, NYU suspended you, took away your scholarship, made it impossible for you to afford housing, all because you tore down a poster.
Mm-hmm. As a part of my scholarship, that would grant me on-campus housing, and so because I was suspended,
You have literally indicted a man for multiple times for questioning an election. That looks very sus. Give me a break.
Yeah,
You
I don't
know?
think it should happen to anybody though on either side.
I mean, I don't think so, but I think you're a piece of shit for tearing down people's stuff, you know, just because you don't like it. That's the shit
Yeah.
they do all the time. And it's kind of, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's actually quite comical to watch this happen to somebody on that side. Because if it were the other side, it would be like, oh my God, you know, how dare you? But
There
you know,
was a recent one where they tried to cancel a 9-year-old boy for wearing an Indian headdress to a ball game. It turns out his grandfather was a chief, and he wasn't appropriating anything because he was actually Native American.
it's actually Native American. And first off, they tried to say he was wearing blackface. But if you look at the boy, half of it was black, half of it was red, because those are the colors of the fucking team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and yes, he wasn't racially what would they call it? What did you call that? Racial misappropriating or whatever.
Yeah, he
Like,
wasn't white, so he could do
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, first off, anybody can wear a headdress. Anybody can. This whole thing where you're like, well, no, you have to be a certain to look like that person or whatever. Like, give me a break. You know what? I just like they've already destroyed everything fun like Halloween where you get to dress up and be whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's just dumb. But
The
yeah,
thing for me is the braids. They're like, they said white women can't braid their hair no
well, they're
more.
full of shit.
It's like
They're full of-
European ladies have been braiding their hair since forever. It's not
It's a
something you
Nordic braid.
invented.
It actually was the Vikings that had those braids first, as far as history goes. So if you want to really get down to it, white people have more right to wear the braid than the blacks. But then again, that the blacks might have been doing it too. But as far as I can see, at least on like Egyptian stuff or whatever, I don't see anybody with braids or
No.
cornrows. But I'm just saying, if you want to get right down to it, then let's if this is a problem, then let's just say we find out that's 100% true. I believe it's true, but I'm not sure. Let's just say that white people did it first. So does that mean like you're misappropriating yourself by wearing braids and you're black? So that mean all blacks have to take their braids out now?
And there's another one too about curly hair, where they don't want white women with curly hair using African American products for their curly hair.
Oh God.
It's hair.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So now are white women not allowed to add hair to their existing hair in the form of extensions because that's kind of a weave and that's a black thing? So you're trying to be black by adding more hair like we do, even though what about black women that wear weaves that are like white women's hair or look like, what I'm saying, then more European. Yeah. So are you trying to look like white women? So what the fuck? Like, what I'm saying? This could go both ways. It just gets so stupid and convoluted. And it's like, then we're arguing over the dumbest shit. And I swear, the problem is the internet and stuff like that. We've allowed just too many idiots to fucking have a voice. Sorry. There's too many idiots.
That's where I saw it.
Yeah.
They were selling these. So I got naturally like kind of wavy hair. It's not curly, but it is wavy. And they have these special sleep bonnets to keep your hair from breaking. And all of a sudden they're like, we don't sell to white women because it's a hair bonnet. People have been wearing hair bonnets since the Middle Ages. Like, what do you mean you
You mean
don't
we don't
own
sell to
that?
white women? That's like
'Cause-
saying I don't bake
yeah.
cakes for gays. You know what? So you know what I'm saying? Like, are they gonna take away their business
And where did
license?
silk come
Because
from?
that
Asia.
sounds racist as hell, man.
It
I mean,
is.
I just can't believe the level. You know, if you're, that's why I'm so like outspoken against this, because like the way I see how racist it really is against white people now, it's like, dude, hey, you know, I see it, man, and it's bad, and you know, I feel bad for so many people like having to deal with that. It's a bunch of crap, and yeah, so yeah, and you know what, I would stand up regardless on what side it is. It's just, if it is, it is, and I think there's some stuff that we're just like we're
Did you
taking
get the
overboard.
Did you get the victimhood chart I sent you?
I think so.
Mixed race and Hispanics aren't even on it.
Really? We're not even victimized in any way?
Nope.
Man.
It's all
No.
the LGBTQTIA2
Oh.
2S plus
2S. What?
two spirits. I
Two
think they added
spirits.
that in.
They added two spirits. Okay, this is just getting so dumb. Every year it's gonna be another. So, you know, you seen the flag lately? Like their flag, it was just a rainbow, and now it's some weird, like, pattern. I don't know what the hell. It's got all these all these, like new colors in there along. It's like, okay, your flag's getting. At first, it was kind of like, okay, well, a rainbow, fine, we can, you know, like get the rainbow flag, fine. Now
Now
it's
they have
just
to add all the junk to it.
that flag looks horrendous. I wouldn't have. Yeah, it'd be like, I don't know. It'd be like America adding like, you know, some weird like
We'd have
new
to add
stripes
every
or
state
new
symbol,
stripes and new
flower, and
colors and
bird.
yeah. Right. It'd be like, man, I don't even want to fly that thing anymore. You know, it's so ugly. God. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, here's this chick.
I would have to move off campus after the semester, essentially kicking me out of the dorms, leaving me unhoused, and also denying me access to any higher education until fall 2024.
Wow.
And they have also restricted my privileges, so I am not able to attend on-campus, off-campus events or participate in any student clubs.
Because you're anti-Semitic and you want to rip down posters. That's why. No,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I see her point though. Like, you really can't insult those people. They will destroy your lives. It's not right.
Again, I spoke out against them too, you know, and the Jew, like I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I remember last week I was like, so you're the chosen people. I guess I didn't realize you were the perfect people.
And
You know, like that's my biggest problem with our overlords and our masters is that you cannot they can never do anything wrong, ever. Like if you say one thing against something they did, then all of a sudden they just throw the tagline on you, and that's been used way too much, just like the term racist is being used way too much. And yeah, I think honestly it just doesn't work anymore, because after a while, after you call someone those names forever, that it starts to just become like, you're just like, whatever,
meaningless.
I don't even care. It's meaningless, right? You don't, you know, it doesn't have the same effect that it once had, and it's getting like that right now. Like the world is getting is turning. I would say it's turning. Well, I would say it's getting. We're moving into a darker period where people are just, they don't have any empathy anymore for one another, because you know there's so much of this sort of hatred being pushed out there, and it's all, a lot of it's just, you know, it's all manufactured hate. But
No wonder
it's
people want to identify as like a cat and just lay around.
You know, I'm thinking about like people like her in this generation, and I'm thinking like, these are people who have just like really have sold out to like, and this is no offense, like I like video games too and stuff like that, and I whatever, but I'm just saying this is a generation who just has no social skills at all on how to deal with anybody. It's all about, what's weird is it's so much about the feelings and how they feel all the time, yet they are so lacking in empathy for other people. It's the
They've been
weirdest group
calling
of
it
people.
they've been calling it main character syndrome. Everyone acts like they're the protagonist in their own story, so they don't even consider other people. They're just background
Right.
characters.
And I was thinking like, where's our country? Because like none of them are strong enough. Like, you always want the young people to come up and be strong so that they can fight and to keep your country safe, But our young people are falling behind in
They're
education,
screwed.
and we're seeing like they're lazy. They don't want to work. They don't, they just want everything handed to them. So, like, no one's joining the military. Like, it's getting nuts. And you think like, okay, so if you don't have anybody, like, are the strong young people coming up that are gonna stand up and fight for your country and be there? We don't have any. And it's like our education, like if you watch, like, it's kind of scary, and I know it's anecdotal because you see a lot of this stuff, but like you'll see like the Chinese kids like doing mathematics and their training in school and stuff like that, and like they're like super ultra smart compared to our kids, and you're just like, oh my god, we're not going to be able to survive this, you know and now listen to this. You guys probably know about this, but Schumer, I think it was Schumer or one of those congressmen, he was like, yeah, so we can't get anybody to join the military, so what if these illegals that come in, they join our military, and they, we fill the gap with them, and they can become work as to a pathway of citizenship. Wouldn't that be great? And then you see another video clip of like all these like early 20s, some odd, like mid to 20-year-old fighting age Chinese people that are coming over and entering through the border, and you're like, oh, how lovely. So you're gonna put a bunch, like, literally, like, what, you're gonna allow Chinese and other countries to come over here and join our fucking military, and what, like, learn how to fight in our military? And how do you know that these people aren't just like serious, like moles that are just
The
waiting
sabotage.
to sabotage America at some point? Or even better, just they're just going to be reporting back to the CCP or whatever nation they're from, because we got a ton of these people in there unvetted that are just coming right in, and you're like, and now they're like, yeah, let's let them join our military. Oh my god, dude, I'm telling you, I and here's what I see happening, like near future stuff, but like, wow. So either, I don't know, either they gotta suspend this election coming up. They're gonna have to suspend it in some way. There's gonna have to be a quote event, because there's just no effing way they're gonna let Trump.
Well, if the night turns into day, don't go
Yeah.
underground.
There's no way they're gonna let Trump back in. There's no way they can do it, because if he did get back in, like, he knows that everybody knows the deal now. Everybody, I mean, it's all right in our face. We all know what's going on. Open borders. We know our country is being completely dismantled, right? Are we all in agreement with this? So, yeah, so they're gonna let Trump right back in so he can, he can sabotage this plan. I don't think so. Or maybe
Unless
he
he
is there
is the
to help.
plan.
He might be there to help, facilitate the plan. Who knows? The point is that, let's just assume he's not. Yeah, then we're gonna have to do something about all these people that came in that aren't supposed to be here, that might be provocateurs for other countries or whatever.
But they're gonna have to move fast because they're all dying off. So whatever it is they might have to move it up. Other top lizards are dying.
The top lizards are dying. They're just getting recloned, honey. Probably. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what they're doing with the lizards? But the point is like, it's like, once you cut one head off, there's another one. It's like it's a multi-headed snake. So, but yeah, that's I don't know. I kind of wonder, like, so it's like my thoughts on this would be like, are we gonna be like, man, is history gonna repeat itself in kind of a way? Or are we like, okay, we see us losing our country, we see what's happening with the media, we see all the terrible things that's going on. So the only way to do is literally root this problem out. And like, think about this for a second, okay? Remember Germany? Okay, so Hitler took power, and at that time he was really, talking about the banks. That was the big thing, the bankers and the corrupt bankers, and how, they had screwed Germany over and the debt they were under. Okay, now think about America. I'd say we're in debt. Think about like all the perversion stuff that was going on in 1933 Germany. It's doing the same thing now in America. I could see us lining books up, take them out of libraries and burning them because they have a bunch of sexually provocative shit for kids. I could see that easy. I could see us rounding people up that came in illegally and sending them to camps. A la, you know what? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you see the correlate what's going on here? Like, I don't know, man. And then eventually that became Germany fell because of that stuff. So is this just, the death knell for America? Either way, are we going to be able to do something about it? I doubt it. And so yeah, just man, I don't the future does not look very pleasing. I don't know how we're gonna right this ship, because we are so far gone with the media propaganda and things like that.
We kind of need a
I don't
reset,
know.
huh, Dan?
We do need a reset, but we need a reset on a spiritual level, because we got a lot of people. See, this is the thing, Fizzy. I don't know how we correct. Like, this has been going on. This plan has been in place for I don't even know how long. But I would dare say 50 to 60 years. This plan has been in place to take down. I feel like it's been in that long. In the works, slowly but surely, just weaving its way through our culture, and just. I think the plan has been in place for quite some time. I think it's going to take a longer time to get people to see it. And the thing is that we're hitting a point. This is what scares me, is that we're hitting a point where we don't have time, okay, to weed this out, more in a natural way, like just changing our doctrine, changing the way we do things, re-educating people to the truth and values that, that should make a society a great society. We don't have that time anymore. So it seems like it's going to come to violence. And that's what scares me. And it's a very unfortunate thing, because that's what's going to happen one way or the other. It's coming to that. There's just no two ways around it, because if they are trying to take over our country internally, like a lot of people feel like they are, then that's going to cause people to react. And if people that are in power eventually come into power, let's just say Trump comes into power and he sees what's going on, and a lot of people feel like we're losing our country. The only way you can try to even hopefully save it is to kind of root out the problem that got created for the last 2 or 3 years. And that's a very difficult task, and that's going to create a lot of violence. But either way, there's going to be violence. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah, I think I wish I could tell you that, that that better days are upon us soon, but I don't know. I pray that, yeah, that's why I think, like, at this point, really, it's all in God's hands at this point, and I hope that you know we get a reprieve. But when you see people like this is what the future looks like. This, I'm sorry, but this, I mean, you know, the kind of hate that they've instilled in all the young people, and the mindsets they have, it is it's quite scary. So we'll see. Just oh, and then when we got the eclipse coming up, that brings big changes in April. That's going to be a huge event. Oh, and the comet, like I was talking about, that comet is supposed to have it's supposed to look like it has wings, kind of like
Oh,
Nibiru.
cool.
Yeah, so
We're
it
supposed
should be
to
really
see one of
interesting.
them, but I'm not sure which one.
Yeah. Um, what is that? Mermertian starlings in the city of Sassari, Italy. Sassari, Italy.
I think we saw this one. Oh,
Maybe, I don't know. Let's look at
the
this.
birds went wonky.
It's so cool when you see this kind of stuff. I always
Mhm.
think of this, the way they move and stuff, in unison. Oh, speaking of which, so I was doing a thing with the green laser, right? And
Yes. Don't poke the birds with
I
it.
was well, there was a group of ducks, big ducks, that flew over, kind of in that, kind of in the what do you call it, like the vector formation, where they, like a triangle. And I had the laser, and I shined the laser on them. And dude, they freaked out, man. They were like moving all around and squawking. And I was like, whoa. I was like, I did not mean to do, well, I didn't mean to really, I didn't think it was going to freak them out, I just put on them, and they didn't like it. The ducks were mad. Like, "Ah." And
Nobody
then
likes being poked with that dumb laser.
I know. I should have poked the duck.
You don't know what the stars are made of. We don't know what they are. You shouldn't
Here's
be
the thing,
agitating
Fizzy.
them.
It's not every star that moves. It's only some of them. And so that's why it's even stranger, because you can point at some and you can obviously see they won't move. Planets don't move. The stars don't move. Or like the brighter star, or sorry, like brighter stars, like say stars in Orion did not move. I didn't see those. Okay. But like some obscure one that you just kind of see over there, it may be kind of like half the brightness of, say, some of the more brighter stars that are there. You start shining it on it, and you literally see it go left to right. Sometimes they spin, they kind of turn a circle. It even looks, and and I can't verify this for sure, but it, like, sometimes appears like the laser kind of shines off of them too, kind of like lights up. It's strange. I'm just saying, it's a very weird thing to do and to witness.
I know. I'm just saying it's not a good idea.
You're right. I'm probably gonna get
If you
probably gonna
saw
get in trouble.
something in the sky
Mm-hmm.
and you start poking it with a stick, you don't know what's going to happen.
Poking it with a stick. Well, true. Let's see here. Well, this is something I just wanted y'all to see. Look, we all have bad jobs, and once you see this video, you'll be like, well, mine's not so bad.
What is it? Is that salt?
So his job, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like trash, or maybe it is salt. Maybe it's in chunks. I don't know what it is. Could be a salt mine. Yeah, it makes sense. So anyway, his job is to load the trolley here, load it onto the elevator, right? And that's all he's got to do. Just push it on the elevator. All right. The problem is, let me back it up again. Just watch what happens. So there's the elevator thingy. For some reason it raised up. I'm not really looking at it or paying attention. And he just kind of holds and he pushes and he pushes and he pushes, and then he went down the shaft.
That's horrible. I think it was a mine because of their hat.
Yeah. And I guess this thing went too high. I don't know. Weird, huh?
That's all.
Anyway, terrible. Just saying. No OSHA standards. No safety protocol. Nothing like that. So, yeah. The Reese report. Putin told the moon landing photos are fake. I don't know what this is about. I just saw the clip. I got to see it.
Former head of Russia's space agency says that the Apollo moon landings were fake. And in a recent video going around, Vladimir Putin is briefed that several moon landing images are considered to be fake by artificial intelligence.
То есть почти все объекты на этом фото ей кажутся ненастоящими. В то же время вот фотография китайского лунохода у нее особенных вопросов не вызывает.
А это то, что кажется не настоящим?
Да.
There's a great deal of human intelligence who do not believe.
I mean, do you really for 1 second believe that Putin believes
Yeah, they're
in the
trying to
moon
say that
landing?
ours are fake, but theirs are real, is what they're trying to say.
Wait a minute. Ours are fake, but who is real?
The one picture he said was real. I'm guessing it's one of theirs.
Oh.
That the Apollo moon missions were authentic. And here are some of the reasons why. NASA was run by former Nazi Wernher von Braun, who was beholden to the US government for secretly importing him into the country via Project Paperclip, as were the dozens of other Nazis who joined him to work as rocket scientists, all of them with a good reason to keep a secret. And the overwhelming majority of astronauts were Freemasons and the sons of Freemasons. Freemasons swear on their lives to keep the secrets they are entrusted with. Why on earth would anyone trust NASA? If the moon landing was real, it would have been a miraculous achievement because NASA was failing at every level of the mission and did not believe they would be able to achieve their goal. In 1967, government inspector Thomas Barron testified before congressional investigators that the Apollo program was failing. 6 days after his testimony, he was killed with his wife and child when a train crashed into his car. Astronaut Gus Grissom held an unauthorized press conference where he criticized the program and said it would take another 10 years to fly to the moon. 5 days later, he was killed on the job. Gus Grissom's last words were, "How are we going to get to the moon if we can't talk between 2 or 3 buildings?"
Hey, how are we going to get to the moon if we can't talk between 3 buildings? I can't hear that thing you said. Jesus Christ. But how are we going to get to the moon if we can't talk between 2 or 3 buildings?
Moments later, the Apollo 1 command module caught fire, killing astronauts Grissom, White, and Chaffee. Several key members of the Apollo mission resigned just months before the mission. What NASA had been successful at was a massive marketing operation that put space travel into the zeitgeist of American pop culture. And they had spent billions creating multiple sound stages with realistic models of the moon to begin producing simulations of the moon landing. NASA had several problems to solve. Problems with communications, the rockets, and the lunar module. But one of their biggest obstacles was deadly radiation. In order to reach the moon, one has to pass through what is known as the Van Allen radiation belt. And NASA announced in 2014 that this was still a problem when they launched an unmanned spacecraft to try to solve it.
Radiation like this could harm the guidance systems, onboard computers, or other electronics on Orion. Naturally, we have to pass through this danger zone twice, once up and once back. But Orion has protection. Shielding will be put to the test as the vehicle cuts through the waves of radiation. Sensors aboard will record radiation levels for scientists to study. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space.
Aside from the Apollo moon missions, no one has ever gone past the Van Allen radiation belt. The Apollo moon mission had no protection against the radiation, and astronauts don't even seem to know about it.
Any ill effects from the Van Allen radiation belts?
No. Now, I'm not sure we went far enough out to encounter the Van Allen radiation belt. Maybe we did.
The belts are 1,000 miles to 25,000 miles above the Earth.
Then we went right out through them.
According to NASA, we can go no higher than low Earth orbit.
Plan that NASA has is to build a rocket called SLS, which is a heavy lift rocket. It's something that is much bigger than what we have today, and it will be able to launch the Orion capsule with humans on board, as well as landers or other components to destinations beyond Earth orbit. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully take humans into the solar system to explore. So the moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to.
In the documentary film, a funny thing happened on the way to the moon. The 3 astronauts of Apollo 11 are seen in low Earth orbit, figuring out how to stage a fake image for the camera. This film was recorded when the Apollo 11 was said to be nearing lunar orbit, and we can see and hear them manipulating the shot to make the Earth appear to be thousands of miles away, when in fact they have blacked out the inside of the craft and are blocking off the window facing the surface to make it look like the Earth at a distance. When we hear Houston radio approval for the shot, the astronauts do not respond until an unknown third party can be heard whispering, "Talk."
Call Apollo 11. Houston, Goldstone says that the TV looks great. Over. Okay, Roger.
The astronauts are told they are being pre-recorded and edited for a subsequent live broadcast. Buzz Aldrin explains how they shut out the sun to achieve the illusion of the one window being the Earth in the black of space. And with direction from Houston, they get it to look right for the camera. We then hear the portion meant for the public, with Neil Armstrong claiming to be 130,000 miles from Earth and describing a single camera pressed up against the window to achieve the shot. But in the unedited footage, we see objects passing between the camera and the window. We see a work light in the dark. And finally, when they are done with their hoax, the final few frames reveal the truth. Protecting humans in this radiation wasn't the only problem. The high-end Hasselblad camera had no protection against radiation, and there is no explanation as to how it was able to take photographs in negative 200-degree weather with a constant bombardment of cosmic radiation. And the pictures themselves are full of anomalies. According to the official story, the only external light source was the sun. But in all these photographs, there appears to be only artificial light, hot spots, and fall-off areas, when it should be as bright as a desert on Earth. And if the sun were the only light source, then all shadows would run parallel to each other. But in these photos, shadows either run perpendicular to each other proving multiple light sources, or in others, the shadows are divergent, proving a single local light source. Shadows created by sunlight have a sharp edge. Shadows created by artificial light have fuzzy edges. Even the camera expert from Hasselblad agrees that these photos were shot using artificial light sources.
Yes, it seems like he's standing in the spotlight. And I can't explain that. And that escapes me. Why?
The photographs all appear to have been taken on a professionally lit soundstage, which could have easily been part of their billion-dollar simulation project. And when you compare scenes from the Apollo moon landing footage with scenes from Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey, there is strong evidence that the exact same technology was used. In the late 60s, a state-of-the-art front projection system developed by Scotchlight allowed Kubrick to simulate expansive backgrounds by projecting them onto a large screen made with small glass beads. The giveaway for this cinematic trickery is that the foreground must always hide the bottom of the Scotchlight projection screen in the background. In order to do this, the bottom of each set needs to have a complete horizon line between the set in the foreground and the screen in the background. And we can see this signature in all the Apollo images. We can also see light refraction off the glass beads in the Scotchlight screen. The lunar module appears to be cheaply constructed with tinfoil and Scotch tape, and the 10,000-pound thrust rocket on this flimsy craft didn't even leave a mark in the ground beneath it. There is no moisture or discernible atmosphere on the moon, and yet we can see mud and dust being flung into the air. In an original recording between Houston and astronauts on the moon, a reply is heard instantly, which would not be possible from that distance.
Roger, Jim, copy. And are you progressing towards Dune Crater now?
Yep.
The same recording was then edited for a public broadcast, and 4 seconds were added.
Roger, Jim, copy. And are you progressing towards Dune Crater now?
Yep.
And when they supposedly left, there was no visible flame on the lunar module, even though hypergolic fuel visibly burns in a vacuum. And we never hear the 140 decibel rocket engine, which the astronauts are sitting on top of.
40 feet down, 2.5. Picking up some dust. 4 forward. 4 forward. Drift into the right a little. Good. Okay.
During takeoff, when it would have been burning at its loudest, an astronaut plays a musical recording, accentuating how quiet it is inside the craft.
99 Pro. Good lift off. Automatic.
An official moon rock given to Holland by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin was tested and found to be petrified wood from Earth. The lunar module designs have been thrown away. Videotapes are missing, and all of the telemetry data, which could be used as evidence of the moon mission, is also somehow missing.
We've been unable to track it down. I mean, we don't know where this telemetry data ended up, and we don't know what path it may have taken. So unfortunately, I'm afraid I can't really give you much of a clue as to where this data ended up.
Greg Reese reporting.
Well, it's always good to revisit the moon hoax.
I think it's pretty much accepted now that everyone knows it was fake. We just don't talk about it.
Yeah, I think so. You know, I would definitely say that the good thing is, well, at least a lot of the 20 and 30-year-olds out there in that age range, they question 9/11. They're questioning the moon stuff and, you know, some of the other crap that we bought into. But, you know, I mean, it's funny, when I was watching this stuff when I was younger. I mean, again, it was a tube TV. I mean, as far as I could see on my dumb, horrible, um, it wasn't HD. I mean, it was just whatever. But yeah, horrible picture and everything else. But yeah, I mean, it looked real. Um, I hope people one day come around and understand that they faked a lot of stuff, and I think they even one of my biggest ones is I think they faked nuclear weapons too. I think that whole thing is
I hope so, because
it's
those kids
not
that
what
make
we
me
think it is.
crazy.
Well, I just don't. I don't know. I mean, I think that looking at the footage of them, okay, of these
Oh, they made
so-called
us watch that
explosions.
footage. I was sick for days.
Oh yeah, it's all scary. And they make us watch that the day after, or I think it was like, what was it called, The Day After? That movie, that one about the nukes and stuff, and like the little town that. Oh, it was horrible. People were crying in the theaters. It was all scary, just because people realize how real it is, and it was just to scare us into the idea that we got to have our government to protect us against nuclear war. It's just drive home that fact. Like I said, when our parents were growing up, get down, get under your desk, kiss your ass goodbye. You do that a couple times, and you start programming the kids, and everybody thinks, boy, we sure need a government. We need to make sure we pay our taxes. They can keep us protected from the Russians. Not to say, it's just, I don't know, man. It's look, this whole thing that we're a part of is one grand conspiracy and a huge lie in many cases. But I don't have to tell you, good folks. You know what's going on. All right. Let's see. This one is about the most disturbing. It's called "You've Entered the Sixth Circle of Hell. Enjoy your stay."
Oh, that sounds great.
It is. Yeah, it's great. You just die. Here you go. Wait a minute. A couple trainees. I think these are like, I don't know, Taiwanese. Look at that one in the back. Look at this one.
Those are evil looking.
These are the creepiest like trainees I've ever seen in my life, or whatever they are, drag, or I don't know what it is. I think they're just dudes that are dressed like women. But this one in the back with the vampire fangs takes the cake, man. Holy cow! The thing is, dude back there thinks he is the shit, man. He's like, look at me. But it's so crazy. It's so cringy. I'm
You
sorry. I
scared
had to
the
play.
cat, man.
I know. Oh my god. I don't understand what they do. Yeah, so wrong. Oh god, sorry. I had to do it. Where we are living souls. Where does the soul reside in the body? Most people, I already figured it was the pineal gland, but then a girl goes into talk about the where they weigh your soul. How much does your soul weigh, Fizzy? Have you ever heard that theory about that scientist who weighed the soul when he died? Some people claim it was wasn't done like correctly, or the data wasn't accurate. I don't know. He only did it a couple times, but apparently 21 grams is what the soul weighs. So interesting. Anyway, here's Girly telling you about it.
In the existence of a soul, or that we do have a soul, what if I told you that I found scientific proof and then I went a little deeper down the rabbit hole to discover a lot more stuff? So let's get started. This article goes through a scientific study that basically reveals that scientists from Cambridge University using fMRI discovered the location of the soul. The study was run by Dr. Monroe and Dr. Langhani, and they spent 3 years studying thousands of scans obtained with a technology called fMRI. They used to ask their subjects to do a task or think of something just so that they would see which part of the brain would light up. But when they would ask the subjects to pray or meditate, only one place in every brain would light up, and that part was the pineal gland or pineal gland. Not sure how it's pronounced. Don't come after me for that. English isn't my first language. And what's interesting is in history and ancient history, the pineal gland is actually known as the third eye or the doorway to the soul. Weird, right? I know. But it gets even more interesting because I went down the rabbit hole of, does the soul have any weight? And in the early 1900s, a doctor performed this test. He would take dying patients, put them on a scale, a very sensitive scale, and as they're dying, he would record how much they weighed. And every single patient that he weighed was exactly 21 grams less when they died, meaning the soul weighs 21 grams, which is weird. Let me show you. So in this article, it actually goes through this entire theory of this doctor because he only had a limited amount of patients that he did this.
Sorry. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to show you a quick clip of that.
I'm going to say mine weighs 10 pounds.
Your soul?
Yeah, then take that off the scale. It's my
As
soul.
a fat soul. You got a fat soul, girl. This is funny. I think this is the chick. Remember that one girl who was like, I don't know if that's her or not, but I swear to God, it seems like her. The one that was like getting ready one day, and she's like, oh my God, she goes, all I want to do is like get together and like get married and have kids and stay at home. But no, I gotta go to work because you stupid feminists, blah 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 blah. You remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? I think this is the same girl, but
I am really spraying, and I am teasing. But in 20 minutes, this is going to be gone. How did you do it? Because that shit was up here. And as far as I'm concerned, it was there all day. So if you know, please let me know, because I'm trying to recreate your look. And I don't know how to do it, okay? Because I was born in 1999. Thank you so much. Okay, if you were in the 20s...
anyway, she's like, you just use a hairdryer. Yeah, remember the hairdryers, girls? You use a hairdryer, Fizzy? You ever tease? You ever tease a
No, I
hair?
didn't. No.
I know
missed
you
that
didn't grow
era.
up. Yeah, you I know you missed the big hair days, but I'm just saying, like, have you ever done like an 80s thing and have to No. I hope the 80s comes back. God, I miss that crazy hair and fishnet and parachute pants where you swish when you walk.
Everybody was wearing those windbreaker outfits.
Yeah. Yeah. And you look like you look like the Beastie Boys, you had your like Adidas shoes, and yeah, it was great back in the day. We were very stylish. Oh, this is crazy. I don't know. This is like on the ground next to the Pentagon when the plane hit.
I thought there was no footage of this thing.
Oh, sorry. When the attack happened, okay. When America was under attack. Okay. All right, here it goes. Yeah, I'm gonna shut down the audio because I don't know, it's terrible. It's really bad. So just watch the video. Here we go. We'll look at it together. As you can see, look at that giant Boeing. Son of a bitch. Those freaking wild-eyed freaking Muslims taking our plane. Look, just running it right into the buildings. You can see the giant aircraft there that hit the building. Tragic. Who would ever have thought that airplanes, they would use airplanes, Fizzy, to attack America? Who? Oh my God. Oh, only the Pentagon, like 5 years earlier when they, ran a simulation. But let's not talk about that. Let's keep watching. Yeah, it is right there. Yep.
At least nobody died in that one, right?
Look. There's a giant. See that right there? See all that wing section right there, man.
Are you trolling me? Because I don't see anything.
You don't see that? No. Oh, okay. Well, keep watching. Yep. There it is. Son of a bitch. Box cutters, Fizzy. Box cutters. And
I'm
Cessna
so
training.
confused. Like, I'm ready. I need my glasses or something. I don't understand what I'm looking at.
There is no plane, Fizzy. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
I asked you and you said you weren't. And I was like, what is going on with
You can't. Don't trust me right now. I'm just playing around. Who's this guy? He's ready to fight. He's like, get that camera out of here. No, let's not do
supposedly
that.
they already removed the plane and they were just cleaning
Of
up?
course they did. Yeah, of
Mhm.
course. This is this cleanup time.
That literally could be anywhere. Like, wouldn't you see other DC buildings around it? And like,
That looks like
it
looks like
probably
the
just need a
area
fifth
there.
building.
No, it's the Pentagon.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Lame. Try harder.
This is that part where it collapsed. At first it hadn't collapsed, but then there was fire. So this is afterward. I would say maybe next day. But I love the computer simulation they showed when the plane went in and how like the wings folded in like an F-15 and like went into the. It's so funny. Like, oh, okay, that
So
looks
what
cool.
really happened to it?
Well, there
Think
wasn't
they just kind of smashed it?
No, there wasn't
The
it.
building?
I don't think there was. I think what it sounds like. I bet they did. It's just my theory is is something flew over and dumped a bunch of small parts on the lawn,
Mm.
to make it look like, oh, that's an American Airlines, and they had everybody picking them up for the photo op, and they just assumed it was an aircraft because that's what everybody was told. But yeah, it was some type of missile or something. I mean, the hole that's in the rings, like, so if you follow this all the way back, there's perfect circle, like where something came out or blew out the back of it. It's very strange. It's like, okay, there's a perfect circle there. That's odd. These planes are. I mean, I'm not I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they're not. I mean, planes are meant to sort of expand, and with the pressure, so they're sort of meant to be kind of flimsy in a sense. Not, you know what I'm getting at? Like, they have movement
Oh,
of the fuselage, so that because when they're under pressure, they kind of puff up a little. There's a lot of pressure. So anyway, point is that they can't be too rigid, or else that wouldn't
so
work.
wasn't there supposedly 3? Like, one landed in Pennsylvania or something?
Well, there's the
But they
Pennsylvania.
never had any evidence of that either, right?
Yeah, there was a Pennsylvania one, and they said, look, there's a crater on the ground, and it kind of looked like another one of those like wing shapes. And then, like, the thing is, though, that was kind of debunked because somebody pointed out that on Google Earth that anomaly that was there in Pennsylvania was there prior to the crash. And then when you looked at the crash, you just saw some burning stuff, but you never saw any giant like pieces of plane ever. Uh, I think the largest piece of plane anybody ever saw was supposedly like one of the wheels from the plane that was crashed into the World Trade Centers. And
Very
again,
strange. Nowadays,
yeah,
that stuff wouldn't fly because there's people on their phones researching and putting videos in real time. So their next
something.
event is going to have to be very carefully done.
When this event took place, it's sort of weird because I remember being 747s, and now it's it's the what is it? The 767 or whatever it is. And I was like, no way, man. It was a 747. And so that's bizarre. And then so the story is that the jets didn't match the type of aircraft that crashed into the buildings, right? That was at the World Trade Center. They found the jet or whatever. They saw it. That's right. They found an engine too. So they found this engine, and it was sitting there on the streets. And they're like, "Well, that's weird. That we don't even know what kind of engine this is." It turns out that now it's 767s, and oddly enough, here's what's fucking crazy. When you look at the engine, okay, and somebody went back and they looked at the design of the engine and everything else, and they can kind of see like what it burned up and stuff, but you can kind of tell like what type of engine it is. It's an engine from a 747, the same plane I remember that hit the buildings. Now that is some spooky shit. So it's almost like something crossed over, like how do I describe this? So like imagine if we're living in some sort of multiple timeline situation and things are happening exactly like they do in other timelines. It's almost like when this event took place, there was some sort of crossover at that very moment so that when the planes hit, like something came over or crossed over from one reality into the next. Because it's just bizarre that back in the early days when I was researching 9/11, and it was 747s at that time before Mandela effect, we had no idea what that engine was. It did not come from the 747. But now, fast forward, it's a 767, and now it's a 747 engine. So that was kind of bizarre. So I'm just like, what the fuck?
Man, read your chat room.
What?
Good grief. You're an AI because you don't interact with the chat, and we're the same person.
Okay. First off, I'm not reading chat tonight because I didn't pull it up because I'm lazy. Okay. So I've decided to just let you guys have at it. I've left each of your own devices. I've allowed Fizzy to just monitor the chat and just hope for the best. Honestly, I didn't do it. I'm not even gonna do a shout out tonight because I really don't have the chat screen up. I have no clue.
I've been looking at it.
Good.
I learned that DJ Katie's husband is Steve, and he got a kick out of the Steve lights.
Yeah, Joe Bloor, the engine that killed Donnie Darko was a 747 engine. That's right. There was all that weird shit with the engine that came through his house. That's a strange. I gotta go back and watch that, man. It's so bizarre. Donnie Darko.
I never
Hold on a
understood the
second.
movie.
My dog's trying to
There
make
was
a
a
run
second
for it.
one too, wasn't there?
Do not. No, hold on a second. Koki, don't do it. You're not
We're
gonna know.
talking at
No.
the same time. Explain that.
Oh, I got it. I'm sorry. I have to yell at my dog. Get back. Okay.
Don't yell at him.
He's trying to sneak out. I got the door cracked open. He's trying to just sort of tiptoe over there. Like, oh, I'm just gonna just look outside. I'm not gonna do anything. And then he's gone. He just takes off. All right. I'm reading chat now from the Duck. This is a bit of a delay, so I will kind of check in now. But I'm still not going to do shout outs. Not doing it.
No, he
I'm
got
lazy.
when he said something about there's a video where it shows a missile hitting it instead of the plane or something.
Yeah, there's something kind of hitting it. Like you can see, Then they gave us that video footage. Remember that? Like 4 frames after so many years. It's like, oh my God. Like, look, you can see something hit it. Yeah, you can't, but you can't see a plane. You dicks. Give us something, man. I'm just saying, let's see it. Let's see it. And why is all the footage was taken? And you always heard about that in the beginning of 9/11 was that all the footage, from across the street and the cameras everywhere was all taken up by the spooks. And
They needed the evidence thing.
I Now remember this. I love how there's national security concerns. And people just believe that shit. Like, they didn't want us to see it. It's just so horrendous. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, but we can watch like both of the
The
Twin Towers
Hindenburg. Oh
collapse,
my gosh.
the Hindenburg, or we can watch all this horrible stuff. But we're too fragile to see the big plane run into the Pentagon, so we couldn't show it to you because we care about your children. It's like, whatever. You guys are so full of shit. Anyway. There's that. I just thought that was interesting. Somebody posted this. I don't know. Good meme. We got Stonehenge. There's the toes, right? And you got the heads of Easter Island and the phallic symbol of Washington, D.C.
So there's a
It's
giant
actually
inside
there's
the
a
earth.
giant man in the earth. That's probably one. You know
Are
what?
they sure that's not Texas though?
What?
That could be
What?
Texas.
That could be Texas. That could be the tickler. That's right. That could be the San Jacinto. We need to put a little tickler on top of it, though. All right. Let's see next. Flamethrower headlights. What? I got to see this guy. Car guys, get ready. Here we go. Bring on the zombie.
Oh, yeah, that would come in useful.
Okay, that was absolutely some of the sickest shit I've seen all week. That was awesome. All right. Let's see. Next. This might be the most disturbing little stuffed troll, elf, whatever.
Christmas elf.
Yeah, this is a very disturbing little elf. I don't like it, but I gotta show it to you anyway. Here it goes.
Oh my gosh, I'll be right back.
All right. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch Woman Almost Dies After Learning What Accountability Is. Charlie Kirk doing the on-campus stuff. I just love the on-campus lefties, man. They're just the best. It's always a group of girls, like just like, yeah. I've been,
I got
they
this
go
one
in there and they learn all
for
that shit about men and start to hate us. What are you doing? Fizzy?
I love those things. I love the animals where you press and they play music. I got a pug with rabbit ears and he hopped like a bunny. And I have a Valentine's Day one that instead of I like big butts, he says I like big hugs. And I loved the elf and I want it.
Yeah, I got one that I got a little singing dog that's
sorry,
animated.
Karen.
He presses his little paw and he sings like, I don't remember what is it? Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. It's cute. All right, here we go. Lefties, Charlie Kirk. Let the showdown begin. All right, here it goes. Oh man, my sister, like when she went to university, man. Oh my god, I saw this happen like years ago, man. Like in the 90s, my sister went to like a very liberal university, and she'd come home, and she'd learn something new, and horrible that men had done, and she'd be like, "Did you know?" And like they tried to turn my sister into a lesbian, they really did. And she'd come home and she'd be like, "Oh my god, did you know that author means man? We weren't even allowed." Yeah, Apparently, author means male, not anything to do with females. So if you're an author, you can only be a man, not a woman.
What
Dan,
about an authoress then?
I
That's
don't
a,
know.
I've,
I mean,
no,
I
I've
don't.
only heard
Just
that for
I
male
was
and
for,
female.
I was just literally sitting there, minding my own business, and my sister would come home and pull this she would start this little bullshit with me, and I'd be like, seriously, what the fuck? Like, I have anything to do with this? Like, whatever. I was like, okay. So then I was like, I kind of me being me, I would pretend like I was holding up a bra, and I would grab my lighter and I'd act like I was trying to set it on fire. So I was told my sister she was turning into a bra burner, like from the 60s.
I'm sure you were very supportive.
Oh, absolutely. I was supportive. I was right there for her, supporting her newfound views on life and the male misogynistic traits that I may or may not have. I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was funny, but here we go. So Charlie Kirk on campus with the debating. I think they're debating abortion. This should be good.
People's opinion.
Right. So do you believe that there is a truth out there?
Everything is subjective, but there is a right or wrong morally, especially when you.
So when you get an answer like this with a chick, this is where you need to end the date. Okay? If you talk to
I'm
a
not
girl,
gonna
she's
listen to this
well,
woman bashing.
I believe that everything is subjective, and oh my god, right there, you can call it, man. You can end the date and save yourself a lot of money because
Kitten,
it's
Helen is being mean.
who's mean? Me?
Kitten says you're being mean to me.
Okay,
Woman
sorry,
hate. She don't like it.
I'm not woman hate. I'm just like, you just tell, you're just wasting your time with this right here. She's programmed.
You're in a cultured society that is based off a set of standards and norms that we act on and we act as.
So everything is subjective. So is it objectively true you and I are having a conversation right now?
Yes.
So that's not subjective. That's not everything is subjective.
So why do you believe morals?
Right? So something is objective.
Yes, but why do you believe your subjective opinion
gonna get
trumps
there.
over other people's opinion?
Well, let me ask you another question. I'll tell you. I will
no,
answer.
please don't interrupt me.
Oh.
No, let me finish my sentence.
Oh.
I do not want to hear
Don't
it.
interrupt me.
You think that your
Oh, boy.
opinion is over.
Look at her friends looking at her. Look at these two chicks. They're like, yeah, girl, you give it to him. You tell the man who's the boss. You can see it, man. These chicks right here, they are just they're all making out afterward.
She's the
and
queen
everything.
bee, and those are her little cronies.
They are. You can tell. And they're all lesbians. Anyway, it's probably true.
You're a lesbian.
I am a lesbian. I am. I admit it. Okay, here we go.
Other people's opinions. You think you were right subjectively.
Okay.
What is right or wrong?
Okay. Is murder wrong?
Yes, of course.
Well, then abortion should
Not
be
in
illegal.
every case.
Answer to question.
What constitutes a human? What is a human?
Deoxyribonucleic acid and conception.
But to me, a
forming
human
it.
would be someone with a consciousness who is alive in
Yeah,
this world.
well,
To
guess
you,
what? You're wrong. So
but
that's
no,
fine.
you're wrong because I think that's right and you think that's
Prove
right.
me. Prove it wrong.
What constitutes a human being? What is the definition of a human being?
The creation of DNA that will never exist again, and a soul goes into that moment. I don't expect you guys.
What's a soul?
A soul?
What's a soul?
What is a soul?
What is a soul?
The eternal, indistinguishable, let's just say, non-visible being of your existence.
I don't believe that. I don't
Well,
believe anything
I'm
is
sorry-
eternal.
I'm sorry you don't believe it.
That does not make yours.
Yeah, you
Hold on a
your
second.
opinion isn't
At
like
some,
over
here's the thing.
mine.
At some point, somebody's truth has to win. Because guess what? Your
In
truth doesn't matter.
But
That's
guess
still
what?
a truth
You've had
claim.
your truth in this country for the past thousands of decades.
Thousands of
Not
decades.
thousands. Whatever. That's a little embarrassing. But your truth has been the narrative of this country forever.
Hasn't
And
it?
you think
Roe
yes,
versus
the
Wade
white
just
straight
got
male truth-
repealed. Abortion was legal in this country for 40 years.
And before the 40 years, what was
and crime dropped
Thankfully illegal in
40%
most states.
after it
And
went.
on top of that, do you
Oh
not
wait, hold
think-
on. Do you think abortion lowers crime rates?
Crime dropped 40% after abortion became legal.
Why is that the case?
It's called a statistic.
Who has the most abortions in America?
Woman.
Black people. Is that so? Are you trying to say the termination of blacks in the womb lower crime? That's a very racist argument.
That is not a racist.
You know blacks have 45% of the
I would suggest using African American.
blacks. What? Okay.
Sir, that's a leading question.
Huh?
Sir, that's a leading question.
You guys can come up and talk. Yeah, it's 95 degrees out here, man. So, yes, sir.
That's a racist.
No, you're the racist. You're the says that abortion lowers crime rates and blacks have the most abortions in the country. Yes. Not name calling. Wait, is it not Black Lives Matter or is it African American Lives Matter? Oh, really? Okay, I thought it was BLM, so I say blacks. Okay.
He was just okay, not too much, Andrew. Do you believe that you have some sort of privilege that skews your view on other people's lives? Because personally, I don't believe you could step in my shoes as a black woman and relate and understand the things. So I feel like it's not fair for you to choose what I get to do with my life because I'm a black woman in a white society.
What does being black have to do with truth?
Because there are different things that we experience,
Like what?
and my truth might not be your truth.
What, you get into college easier than I do?
What?
Yes, you get jobs and internships that white kids don't get.
Oh, poor white people.
You have entire movements dedicated to your race.
We're so like.
Sir, you remember the
Those
novel?
movements are to get right.
Damn.
You're crazy. Okay, so
Do you not believe in racism?
Of course, racism exists. The Democrat Party is still alive and well.
Do you think people are racist against white people?
All the time. All the time.
That's his definition
Affirmative
of
action is
racism.
racism against white people. Yes.
Okay.
And Asians as well.
And Asians, that's right.
So I do have a question in that sense. If affirmative action is racism, why are most colleges predominantly white?
Why are they most predominantly white?
Why are most colleges, public colleges, are predominantly
Yeah,
white?
we
I'm
are.
not talking to you.
We're a majority white country. You realize that, right? So colleges are the depiction of the nation. And actually, blacks on campus are disproportionate more than their population in certain areas, in certain campuses, than their population because of affirmative action.
In HBCUs? Is that what you're
Certain
talking about?
campuses.
Are you talking about HBCUs?
So, but let me just ask a more broad philosophical question. Why does skin color matter at all? Why should we care about it?
Because of the society we live in.
Wait, hold on. But no.
You're dismissing anything that has ever happened to someone of
Let me
color
ask
by
you a
saying
question.
that.
What can you do, or what can I do that you can't do? What law?
Explain how
Affirmative action is lowering of test standards and quota for a quota.
You're an idiot.
No, it's
I'm
not.
gonna tell you
It's
how
the way
it
it works.
I'm gonna tell you how it works.
Yeah, it's the way it works. I'm not going to entertain fallacies. Why?
Just let him
Why?
talk. We have to hear your fallacies.
Why does skin color matter?
I believe skin color matters because of the society.
He's not
we
being
are
respectful.
in.
Do you know how
And I
this
guess it
works?
goes
It's called
into critical race theory.
Yes, it is.
Because of the society we have lived
I'll do
in,
it too.
race is a factor. If from the beginning of time race wasn't a factor, and there was never anybody who was oppressed because of their race, I feel like it would not play a part in anything that we do. But because literally less.
It's crazy to me, like when you watch. I always love these like social experiments in a way, because it's like growing up. I had friends of all nationalities, and we never discussed or talked about, our skin color or anything like that being a sort of a crutch or, stopping us from getting anywhere. Or, yeah, I get it. There was always people that feel that way. But growing up, I mean, I always thought by now, from where we were, I guess, say from the 1960s and all that kind of stuff with, segregation, I thought we'd moved past all that in such a large way. And I remember, hanging out with black people, and we would listen to different music. The blacks would listen to like, some of the music that was like, they listened to Metallica, and we would listen to, some Two Live Crew or whatever they were, like we shared, and nobody was, there was just none of this animosity. And it wasn't like it's just been driven in to these young people that, all this racism and color and everything matters in their life. And then somehow, if like there is this overarching white supremacy that's out there that's trying to keep you down, and all this. It was always kind of like people kind of understood that yeah, the game is rigged a little bit, and people knew that, but people would just work harder to get beyond that, and then they, it wasn't, it just made you a stronger person. I don't know. It's just so weird now when I see these young people, because they're just so willing to give up because they're just like, well, I'm black, so and then everyone's racist, and I just I can't do it because of because we live in we live in America, and America sucks, and this is kind of what they've been taught, and it's crazy. I just it's kind of hard to watch sometimes when you listen to these young folks. You're like, man, I just like, if we don't turn this around and we don't turn this kind of thinking around, this is really going to just be a terrible thing going forward. So anyway, because you can never, it's just generation after generation is going to be teaching, their kids the same bullshit. All right. Anyway, social experiment. Very interesting. This is kind of interesting too. I saw this one, and I remember this. I don't know if you guys, most of you guys know about this. Bill Clinton and his son, who's half black, and Bill stepped out and
Oh, I forgot about that.
remember him? Yeah, he seems
Mhm.
like a nice kid and everything. And then Bill like disowned him and stuff when he became president. And it's weird because, the Democrats have always been like for the minorities and stuff, right? And you would have thought that, okay, we already, I don't know, maybe it was they didn't want to mention anything, and maybe then they hit everything's, they kind of turn the other way and try to hide this thing, and then at that point they had egg on their face. But you would have thought that most of the the blacks loved Bill Clinton, and they would have thought, well, damn, if he had a black kid, they would have been like totally on his side, right? Like, he would have they already believed that Bill was already there's a joke that says Bill was the first black president, because he got along with minorities really well. But anyway, here it goes. If you haven't seen this story, interesting.
His son. It was common knowledge. Everyone in Arkansas knew. Everywhere I went, they point, that's Bill Clinton's son right there. He looked like him, don't he? The ears, the mouth, the chin, the teeth, the eyes, the nose. I see him in me. You can see a black Bill Clinton. When I brush my hair, I can see Bill Clinton with waves in his head. I always felt bad about him not wanting to be in my life. Was it because I was black? Was it something wrong with me? Why he don't want to be a part of me?
Yeah, I
Who was the
remember all
mother
that.
then?
Well, the mother was a prostitute, apparently,
Mm.
and so it was just all those things, and everybody kind of knows what a whore Bill was. But yeah, this is when he was governor of Arkansas, and there was a story. He said that the state troopers around Christmas time would bring him presents and stuff like that, and drop them off, and he knew who they were from, so he kind of took care of, or at least at least it kind of more or less acknowledged it, right? And then when he was going to make his run for president, that was it. They just I guess the people around Bill saw, knew about it, and then they said, well, yeah, this would be best if if people knew you didn't father a half black kid. So anyway, real sad for him because he seems like a nice guy who really wanted to know his dad. This is cute. These dogs are about to take a photo shoot here, but they got to get their friend in the shot, and their friend happens to be the kitty. But the dog drags the cat out by its face. Poor cat. It's like a cat with three older brothers that it's like, what's the cat gonna do? Poor kitten. Like, come here, gotta take it. He drops the cat off.
She Jeez.
He posed with the cat. Yeah, poor cat. This sucks.
Why did
It's like
he
I hate you guys. I hate you guys. Isn't that adorable? Those dogs are they're so cute. Anyway. Let's see next. We have yeah, Big Mike. Yeah, did you hear about Will Smith and Big
What
Mike? Oh, you won't believe it. Watch what happens.
Okay.
Will Smith is at it again.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow.
So wrong. Oh my God. Oh, that's so wrong. Okay. Anyway. Then we had and Jim Brewer's at it again. He's pretty funny sometimes. He's a crazy dude, man. Anyway, see what he I don't know when this was filmed. This might be something older. Let's listen.
How's it going? All right. So we go on really cool trips as a family every couple years. Now, 2 years ago, we went to Africa, not to help. I mean, really. Can someone go to Africa to look at a lion in peace? We're not going to help? No, not help. So, so now a friend of mine called up. Now, at the time, my kids are 7, 9, and 11, right? And we're going on a safari. And this other family, like, hey, man, come with us. We're going to Tanzania. We're going to go on a safari. Bring the kids. So, oh, wow, okay. I get the itinerary. About 2 weeks before we're ready to go. And we're staying in tents. Tents. In Tanzania. Like, no, go ahead. Well, this is where you sleep for the night. Oh, great. Oh, okay. So I'm freaked out. So I do some research and I go on YouTube and I type in people getting eaten on a safari. Because I want to know, I got little kids. And first thing that comes up, bang, man eaten on safari. 50 million views. So I'm looking to make sure my wife and kids are in bed. Let's see what's going on here. I watched this video, and it's a guy getting mauled by lions on a safari. Now, all right, I'm not going to lie to you. The first 5 times I watched the video, it's shocking. Like, oh my God, is it really known? Is that real? Is it edited? But by the sixth time you get through it, you're like, this is great. This is funny. He deserved it. He deserved it. Now, I will tell you, here's the video real quick in a nutshell. It's, now, I feel bad. It's this poor British guy in the set. I'm assuming he's British. His teeth in his ears. Oh, look there. Morph by lion. This is lovely. You know what I mean? Look like he's waiting for a soccer ball. Is that a soccer ball? Lovely. Can't use your hands, you know. Greatest sport in the world. Soccer sucks. Sucks. It's a British guy. And he's videotaping, right? Now, I get the first move he makes. The first move, he's got his butt out the window, right? So he's looking, he's like, oh, no, I can't believe it. This is absolutely brilliant. I can smell the carnivores in action. And I get this move. So if a lion looks at you, whoa, you can get back in the car, roll up the window. Yeah, what's up, lion? Yeah, what's up? But now he opens the door and he's standing behind the door, and you're watching him get in the car. Now the lions are maybe 15 feet, and they're eating them, and they start fighting. Now that would have been it for me, but this guy, right in the middle of fighting, he goes, "Oh, I must get a closer look." And he rolls up right on the lions. And you literally see the lions like in shock. You know we have to eat you now. You know that, right? Let's have some tea and biscuits, gentlemen. Now, and so help comes, but it's too late. It's too late. He doesn't get eaten, but he gets mauled. And the reason I tell you this, because when you do watch the video, don't watch the documentary that continues on. That goes on for another 3 hours. Some nonsense documentary, which I watched. Because the family sued the safari company for negligence because he got mauled. And that's why I give the Brits a lot of credit. That judge comes, I watched the whole thing to the end. The judge comes out. Order! Order in the court! Court is now in session. Order! First of all,
I don't give a damn.
pardon me. First of all, my deepest condolences to the family involved. I cannot imagine the emotional distress you must go through on a daily basis.
Uh-oh. Dan,
Knowing how you
What?
lost your loved
we got
ones.
struck.
Oops. Are they pissed because I'm streaming a video?
Probably.
And stream. Oh, wait. It should come back up. I stopped it, so I didn't realize it was this long. My bad. But I was like, well, I'm gonna let him finish the joke.
Being a goat man on Saturday Night Live.
Ah, man. A little too long. Yeah, I know. All right, hold on. Am I back up?
It might
Busy.
take a minute.
All right.
Oh, let me check mine real
Let me
quick
see
on it.
here. Hold on a second. Doo-be-doo-be-doo. It's so funny because my old like when I go back to my YouTube, it goes to my old channel. And it's like, this account has been terminated for violating YouTube's community guidelines. Dude, I am always violating community guidelines. But you know what? I'm not monetized, so I don't care.
It says stream unavailable.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Stream suspended for policy violation.
Stream
Let's see.
unavailable. Stream.
I'll keep it on my phone and see if it comes back.
Hold on. Let's see if it comes up. See.
Oh goodness. What if we can't stream because of a lion joke?
I'm sure it'll just be a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, get rid of his face anyways. Maybe that'll help.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna shut that one down. It was on BitChute too. Oh, is it
Oh,
back?
we're back. We're back.
Okay. It was on BitChute too.
As soon as he got rid of his face. Oh,
back.
we're back. We're
All right,
back.
we're back.
It
Yay! It
was
was on BitChute too.
As soon as he got rid of his face. Oh,
All right.
there we go.
What's up, people? You know, I like to push the limits of YouTube. I realize it.
I didn't really understand what he was trying to say.
He was just talking about going on safari. He was about to get to the funny part. I think he was going to say the judge was like, "You're an idiot for getting out with a bunch of lions," and you know they were trying to sue and whatever. I think that was the crux of the joke, but that's why I kept it going. I wanted to see what the what the punchline was. But all right, fine. All right. Okay. Well, I got a few more clips to show you guys. News broadcast: smart meters exploding and causing fires on homes in the U.S. and Canada. I didn't know this was happening. Everyone's got a smart meter now, unless you're one of those like crazy holdouts, like some of the people are like, you know,
What's a smart meter?
it's the digital meters that come and they stick on your house and they're dicks about it too. They just come to your house and they're just like, bang, bang, bang. You need to install this meter. And you're like,
I don't know if
huh?
we have one or not.
And by the time
We
you get
must,
to the
right?
door, they already put the damn thing on your house. That's that quick. You're like, hey man, dude, you just shut down my power, dude. What get? And it's like, you should see these freaking, like, they must hire like smart meter installers like right out of prison. Like, I'm serious. Like, these people look like they have rap sheets, and they come out to your house and they like they shove a meter on your house, and they don't give a fuck if you're downloading, you're at work, if you got a mother or a you know, a relative on life support inside your, they don't give two shits. They just shut that shit down and they just slap the meter in. I'm not kidding you, man. They were ruthless about it. And you really have no say. They're like smart meter Nazis. But anyway, apparently, if you have one of these meters, they might be causing problems, and they're I don't know, maybe they're getting old. They need a new software update, something. But they're catching fire. Apparently, your smart meter may be a burning. You know, in the old meter days, back when they had to like have meter readers and had to walk around and, you know, actually record what was on the meter. You could do some things to those things, and
No
you know,
wonder they put smart ones in. So people were trying to get free electricity, is what you're saying?
yeah, you could easily do that. You just you could just turn the meter off so that it wasn't reading, but you'd still have power. I knew people that did it. I didn't do it, but I knew people that put in a
70s were
switch.
wild.
It wasn't 70s. This was like just in the 2000s. It wasn't 70s. What was I like? I would have only been a little kid. I couldn't instill in electricity as
You
a
said you didn't
toddler.
actually do it yourself. You just knew that people did.
I knew people. Yeah, I knew.
There was a
I real-
guy. Okay,
there was a
speaking of the
yeah.
70s, one of our neighbors admitted 20, 30 years later that he used to come down and steal gas out of Dad's car.
Yeah, he just admitted that. Did he find Jesus or something?
I don't know. He just like, yeah, I used to do that all the time. What is it called
I
when you
don't know.
steal gas out?
Siphon?
No, you suck on a thing.
Yeah, it's siphoning.
No, it's got a cooler name than that.
Oh my God. You're asking, you realize what I used to do, right?
No,
I was a mechanic.
you used to steal gas.
No, I didn't steal gas. You weirdo. No, I didn't steal gas. I'm telling you, when you suck gas out of a car, okay, and you steal it, it's called siphoning. You
No,
siphon the gas. Oh my God.
it's got a cool
Would you,
nickname.
oh my God. Would somebody just tell Fizzy in chat that I'm right and she's wrong and we can move on?
Well, we might have a local name for it.
There's not a local name for it, Fizzy. It's called a siphon. You siphon gas. That's what you do. I mean, I don't know how would it wouldn't change just because you're a Yankee.
No, but we might have a cooler name for it.
Maybe you did. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, Dan is right. Siphon. Yeah, siphoning. See? Yeah. Are you?
Well, you guys probably don't say Jack and Deere, and we have different words for things. No.
Okay. All right. Well, look, when you still gas, typically it's siphoning. You would put a tube in there, and sometimes you suck on the tube, and you get gas to drip out. And yeah, so your neighbor was stealing gas from you guys.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
He just randomly admitted it. He must have been dying.
Well. All right. Well, here, let's check it out. Smart meters.
The fire, but she says this type of issue is rare in this area. KCP&L Vice President Chuck Casely's statement says, in part, out of more than 700,000 meters KCP&L has installed, we are only aware of a handful of meter malfunctions. There are multiple smart meter makers and different models. The company KCP&L uses has had past issues in other places. Despite few problems here, hundreds of thousands of smart meters have been recalled in the last several years across North America. And hundreds of fires have broken out, including in California, Texas, Florida, Nevada, Illinois, and across Canada.
It really is a very dangerous issue and should be treated as a real unprecedented emergency in your area.
Professor Curtis Bennett is in an ongoing Canadian legal battle over smart meters. Bennett sent us these thermal images showing a dangerous meter connection running too hot and a normal one.
Now you've got this plastic piece of junk on their property, and that's actually what's burning.
California insurance adjuster Norman Lamb currently has 7 open smart meter fire claims. Of the dozens of smart meter fires he's investigated, he says overheating is the major issue.
Well, there you go. Smart meters. More like a PSA there. Let's see. Piers Morgan is, I think, I don't know what's going on with Piers. Is he sick? Have you heard anything about Piers Morgan? Fizzy?
I don't think so.
Well, here's his video clip. Let you tell me. I think he's in,
Oh,
he's in a hospital
no.
bed.
What did he do?
Say the line, Bart.
The audio. Excuse me.
Boom. There's everybody's favorite ass spelunker, Piers Morgan. He's a little bit under the weather. He's super sick, boys. In fact, he can't even do his job because he's wrecked by that COVID-19. It's still around, apparently. And here he is in an internet fight with Andrew Tate. And he's going to say the line. He's going to do the meme and tell everybody that I shouldn't have listened to you anti-science, anti-vaxxers, and I should have got that booster because everybody knows the 16th shot's the charm. Well, Piers, maybe if you're going to get a vaccine that's experimental or a booster shot, maybe you should get something to protect you against, I don't know, blood clots, because that's probably what you got.
I've heard this year's version is my cousin's got it. It's very similar to bronchitis.
Really?
So it's a lot of heavy breathing and being out of breath. When I had it, I had a really high fever and I felt really dizzy and weak, but I didn't really have any cold symptoms. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't coughing or sneezing or anything. So I don't know.
Well, Sherry D asks, who's getting COVID anymore? I'll tell you what, where I work, Sherry, we're getting all kinds of people with COVID.
Yeah, my cousin's got it right now.
But here's the thing. I live in I work in an environment where, say like 90, I'm going to say 95% of those people that are the residents there are vaxxed and multiple vaxxed because we have these vaccine clinics. And I'm like,
on site?
Yeah, on site. and they show up in droves, man, all happy to get their boosters and like, yay, I'm like, oh my God. And it's just, kind of sad, really. But
And
anyway,
luckily, my parents decided not to get it this year. Mom said, she's like, I don't think it did anything.
well,
I
I mean,
hope it didn't.
I personally wouldn't do it, but I'm not really opposed to the flu shot and stuff. But the mRNA, I'm like, I don't know. So anyway, they've had their boosters and stuff, and they're still getting COVID, and we're getting reports all the time. Get the emails.
And white lung, they said too.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds awful.
One of the guys that works for me got it. He got it real bad.
What is that?
Yeah. Huh?
What is white lung?
White lung? I don't know.
They said white lung and
think-
RSV going around.
Yeah, I heard it was kind of like almost like walking pneumonia, kind of bad. But
Ugh.
I don't know. Again, I think that's because I have my own theories, but whatever. It's just I wonder if it's if we're getting compromised immune systems and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty sad. This is good. Mark Dice, Nikki Haley, and Krispy Kreme humiliated at debate last night. I can't believe they're letting Vivek on stage with them still. I just can't believe it. And they
call them
are.
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, well, everybody calls them Krispy Kreme. Because, yeah. But Vivek, I'm telling you,
It's
I mean, hey, at least look, there's really no debate for the Republican nominee. Everybody knows who it's going to be. It's all a done deal. But what's fun to watch is just some dude that, like, this guy is just, I mean, he is just ripping into these people, man, just calling them out for being a bunch of neocon shills. And that Nikki Haley, man, that chick right there, boy, she's one of those, like, there ain't a war that girl doesn't love. There's not, I mean, that chick loves some war. Holy shit. It's like George Bush with a
He said
dress on.
that he said that she gave China some kind of award as well when she was a ambassador.
Oh, I'm sure. Nikki Haley's full of shit, man. She's just a career politician shill. I mean, and everybody knows that Chris Christie or whatever his name is, he's I love Krispy Kreme. That's a funny one. Anyway,
He's fat.
listen in to some of the debate line highlights. Here's Mark Dice.
The Republican presidential debate among the candidates who are challenging Donald Trump for the nomination. And as you know, he doesn't bother showing up for these things because it's a complete waste of his time since he's so far ahead in the polls. And if you didn't know that there was a debate last
I just love her resting bitch face all the time.
She was getting
is
so offended. She's like,
Oh,
that's not true, you guys.
Yeah, she's like, I mean, you know what she is. She's a total Karen. But anyway, let's Vivek takes her down.
Vivek.
He tells Christie to leave. He needs to get off stage and go have dinner. Like, bro, why are you making that man eat again? Come on, dude.
He also
you know.
called her out for not using her real name. Apparently,
Really?
she's not what Middle Eastern name. I can't remember because it was super long, and she Americanized her name.
Oh. So she's really where's she from?
I don't remember. I'll have
Oh
to look
boy.
it up.
Uh-huh.
night. This is the first you're hearing about it. It doesn't mean that you're uninformed. It's just, well, I'll have Jimmy Fallon explain.
And the debate will air on the CW network and News Nation. So if you want to know how good a chance these candidates have, the debate is airing on the CW network and News Nation.
You got to admit, that was a good joke. And if there's any hope for late night comedy to be funny again, it resides with Jimmy Fallon, who is the least political of the three big network late night hosts. News Nation is the fledgling cable channel that's trying to market themselves as a centrist channel. as opposed to the right-wing Fox News and the leftist Marxist CNN and MSNBC, who hired Fredo, Chris Cuomo, the former face of CNN Primetime, to be their primetime anchor. A cable channel that has literally fewer viewers than me, a guy in my kitchen on a laptop. Last I checked, their primetime lineup averages about 100,000 viewers. Their daytime viewers are about 75,000. This was a smart move on their part to try to get some attention and establish themselves as a real cable channel. And also to try to get some attention, they hired Megyn Kelly as one of the moderators. Even though she doesn't even work at the network, she is a YouTuber. Her YouTube channel is produced by Sirius XM Radio, but nobody is listening to her on the satellite radio. They're watching on YouTube. She's in the million sub club now. So instead of even having their own anchors host the debate, they hired Megyn Kelly. And I got a bunch of clips lined up for you. I'll play them in just a second. And it would have been a stale and boring debate if it weren't for Vivek Ramaswamy, who mopped the floor with Chris Krispy Kreme and Nikki Haley, and once again was the star of the show. And Megyn Kelly started off the debate with this banger of a question for Little Ron.
We begin with the question of electability.
We're in the middle of a national
Governor DeSantis, your campaign and its super PAC have spent the most money, had the most high net worth donors, and had a wave of momentum coming into this race after your big re-election win in Florida. You were seen by many as the candidate most likely to consolidate the non-Trump field. But here we are, a month out from the first real votes, and you haven't managed to do it. In fact, Nikki Haley is beating you in New Hampshire and South.
Damn. You know, it's that. You say he looks grumpy. It's probably because he's wearing heels. You know, you're staying in
They're
the
not
heels.
very comfortable.
They can't be
But
comfortable.
just be careful with the clips, because Rumble did take it down some when they asked certain questions about a certain shot.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Rumble stopped streaming it when they got to that part. It was really odd.
Well, guess what? I'm not even streaming to Rumble tonight. That's right. Ooh, I'm not reading chat. I'm not streaming to Rumble. Man, I mean,
You're a rebel.
I'm rebelling out, man.
So, do normal cowboy boots?
Hmm?
Like, he says they're just normal cowboy boots.
Okay.
But I don't think normal cowboy boots make you 4 inches taller.
Well,
You must
they
have seen
don't.
some cowboy boots before.
Sure. I mean, there is a pretty good heel on a cowboy boot, and it's about maybe a little, like maybe an inch, maybe about an inch on the thick side there. So, okay, an inch, I'll give you that, but I don't know about 4 inches. So, seems like he's he's getting a lift. And plus his boots look a little different, right? They
And
look
who wears
strange.
boots with a suit like that?
I don't know who wears
So
boots
weird.
with a suit. Yeah, I mean,
I'm
in
kind of glad
Texas,
he did run so that we know
yeah,
how terrible he is. It's before I thought he was okay, and now it's like,
yeah. Down here in Texas, there was a time where, there was a good run where, like at weddings and stuff, it was customary for like guys to wear blue jeans and a tux and
yeah, but
boots.
he's not even
That
from
was the
South.
style
So,
for all the shit kickers and
well,
yahoos down
my
here.
roots. I showed
I
up in
showed up in
boots.
boots and ruined your black tie affair. The last one to know, the last one to go. I was the last one you thought you'd see there. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna quit. All right, here we go.
South Carolina now, and closing in on you in Iowa.
She, of course, is the Republican establishment's favorite candidate. She is the neocon. I'll get into her more in a moment. But even the clowns on CNN, the fake Republicans over there, are all gaslighting for her. They want her to be the nominee.
Not to mention Trump, who is not only dominating in the early states, but is beating you in Florida by over 30 points. Is it fair to say, as Senator Tim Scott did when he dropped out, that voters are telling you not no, but not now?
So we have a great idea in America that the voters actually make these decisions, not pundits or pollsters.
That's a good response, actually. And just so you know, that audio issue, that wasn't on my end. that was from News Nation, because when you're a fledgling cable channel like that with no viewers and no money, apparently they're having a hard time finding a qualified audio technician. The highlight of the evening was when Vivek Ramaswamy exposed neocon Nikki Haley, not just as the warmonger that she is, and lying about the quagmire, the stalemate between Russia and Ukraine, still insisting that Russia is almost about to lose any minute now. But when he said this,
one thing that Joe Biden and Nikki Haley have in common is that neither of them could even state for you 3 provinces in eastern Ukraine that they want to send our troops to actually fight for. Look at that. This is what I want people to understand. These people have, I mean, she has no idea what the hell the names of those provinces are, but she wants to send our sons and daughters and our troops and our military equipment to go fight it. So reject this myth that they've been selling you, that somebody had a cup of coffee stint at the UN and then makes $8 million after, has real foreign policy experience. It takes an outsider to see this through. Look at the blank expression. She doesn't know the names of the provinces that she wants to actually fight for. And there's her puppet masters right there. The donors right there that are playing about the puppet masters.
It was a little hard to hear, but the moderator asked Krispy Kreme if he wanted to respond. Not Nikki Haley, a qualified moderator, a real moderator, would have put her on the spot and asked her to name at least 3 of the provinces in Ukraine that she wants to send American troops over there to fight for, but they didn't. But Nikki Haley did spend the entire evening, as usual, talking about her favorite country and what she would do as president of the United States in order to protect them.
We really do need to ban TikTok once and for all. And let me tell you why.
Is it because TikTok is largely responsible for normalizing gender bending amongst the kids? All those gender non-binary teachers that the Libs of TikTok Twitter account found, and how it's an information warfare machine undermining American culture?
For every 30 minutes that someone watches TikTok, every day, they become 17% more anti-Semitic, more pro-Hamas based on doing that. We now know that 50% of adults 18 to 25 think that Hamas was warranted in what they did with Israel.
No, they don't. That is obvious Zionist propaganda that is designed to conflate people having sympathy for the Palestinian people as a whole in Gaza and try to portray that as if they support Hamas. She also said that she wants to redefine the term anti-Semitism, so when people do have sympathy for the Palestinian people, like when 700,000 of them were expelled from the region when the state of Israel was created back in 1948, then you will be considered to be anti-Semitic if you do not believe that the Jews deserve that land.
Biden made a mistake not including anti-Zionism in the definition of anti-Semitism. If you don't think that Israel has a right to exist, that is anti-Semitic. We will change the definition so that every government, every school has to acknowledge the definition for what it is.
I'm sorry, lady, but most people are not saying that they don't have a right to exist as a nation. They're just wondering and a little suspicious about those areas where the hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were kicked out of their homes in what was called the Nakba, or the Palestinian expulsion, that you're, of course, not supposed to talk about in conservative politics.
But don't think that decision to recognize Israel is an easy one. I had to make a compromise with the Arabs and divide Palestine. The Jews wanted to chase all the Arabs into the Tigris and Euphrates River, and the Arabs wanted to chase all the Jews into the Red Sea. And what I was trying to do was to find a homeland for the Jews and still be just with the Arabs. We had several other people in the country, even among the Jews, the Zionists particularly, who were against anything that is to be done if they couldn't have the whole of Palestine and everything handed to them on a silver plate so they wouldn't have to do anything. It couldn't be done. We had to take it in small doses. You can't move 5 or 6 million people out of a country and fill it up with 5 or 6 million more and expect both sets of them to be pleased.
Krispy Kreme was at the debate for 3 reasons: to attack Donald Trump, to attack Vivek Ramaswamy, and to basically endorse Nikki Haley as his candidate of choice.
This man is spewing nonsense. Let me tell you something. This is the fourth debate that you would be voted in the first 20 minutes as the most obnoxious blowhard in America. So I'm gonna respond to that. I want to say your version of no. I want to say I want to say something else. We're now 25 minutes into this debate. And he has insulted Nikki Haley's basic intelligence.
Yes, that was on display for all of America to see. Look at her just bow her head in shame. And then Vivek ended Chris Krispy Kreme's presidential aspirations with this response.
We learned three things. We learned three things right there. First of all, Chris Christie also doesn't know what provinces in eastern Ukraine he actually wants us to fight for. Chris, your version of foreign policy experience was closing a bridge from New Jersey to New York.
Yeah.
So do everybody a favor, just walk yourself off that stage, enjoy a nice meal,
Yeah.
and get the hell out of this
Yeah,
race.
that'd be fine.
When it comes to Nikki, I think if you're going to actually send your...
Vivek also said something again that he had mentioned at one of the previous debates that I can't show you.
All right, so there was some Vivek there. What I want to show you too is when they get to remember earlier we looked at Ron DeSantis. I started staring at Ron.
The
And I
shoes.
started thinking, yeah, right there. There's Ron. You know what he reminds me of?
The guy from
I
Mad
just realized. I just
Magazine.
realized what he looks like. Dude, do you remember the Bloodhound Gang?
Oh God, you just want to play that song, don't you?
No. But look, tell me that's not Ron DeSantis right there.
It could be. That's just kind of a mystery.
Sorry.
Right,
Okay.
you're
All right.
great.
I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, I know, right? Dan, you already got one strike. You got one, Dan. Don't do it. Don't do it, Dan. Okay. All right. So anyway, that's yeah, he reminds me of the guy from the Bloodhound Gang. Anyway. Vivek had the top 5 most. Listen to Vivek.
Like cake, Dan.
Top 5
And I think that's what people need to know. Nikki is corrupt. This is a woman who will send your kids to die so she can
He
buy
really
a
did.
bigger house.
Nikki is corrupt.
If you want somebody who's going to speak truth to power, then vote for somebody who's going to speak the truth to you. Why am I the only person on the stage, at least, who can say that January 6th now does look like it was an inside job? That the government lied to us for 20 years about Saudi Arabia's involvement in 9/11? That the Great Replacement theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory, but a basic statement of the Democratic Party's platform? That the 2020 election was indeed stolen by big tech? That the 2016 election, the one that Trump won for sure, was also one that was stolen from him by the national security establishment that actually put up the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that they knew was false. There's a reason why I'm the only person
That'll
on
do
the
it,
stage
sir.
who can
Thank
say
you.
these things. That's what it's going to take, not people who are licking his boots one time and now Monday morning quarterbacking and criticizing when it's convenient. This is a very personal issue to our family. I wanted to take actually a minute to recognize my wife who's here today. Badass surgeon. She did a bunch of cases with cancer survivors earlier today, flew here to be not tonight. We'll be back at 7 a.m. in Columbus, Ohio tomorrow, taking care of those patients in the OR. And on the front lines of people who have actually not swallowed for years. And here's what's something that's awful that's happening in the healthcare system. They'll pay for anything like feeding tubes, doctors to be pill pushers. But for the procedures that can actually make these patients better, we have a broken healthcare system that doesn't pay for it. My wife, Apoorva, in many cases, does not get paid for those procedures. She does them anyway because it's the right thing to do. But that does not work system-wide. So here's the answer. We don't have a healthcare system in this country. We have a sick care system. We need to start having diverse insurance options in a competitive marketplace that cover actual health, preventative medicine, diet, exercise, lifestyle, and otherwise. And here's how we deliver that. End the antitrust exemptions for health insurance companies. That's where the competitive marketplace begins. That's crony capitalism, and that's the answer. Foreign policy experience is not the same as foreign policy wisdom. I want everybody at home to know that I was the first person to say we need a reasonable peace deal in Ukraine. Now a lot of the neocons are quietly coming along to that position, with the exceptions of Nikki Haley and Joe Biden, who still support this, what I believe is pointless war in Ukraine. And I think those with foreign policy experience, one thing that Joe Biden and Nikki Haley have in common is that neither of them could even state for you 3 provinces in eastern Ukraine that they want to send our troops to actually fight for. Look at that. This is what I want people to understand.
So, how blank she is. She can't even say anything. Like, I really don't know. No, I don't. I just want to send people to war. War. Anyway. All right. Some Vivek there. Let's see here.
Spent the most money.
And
Yes.
Vivek,
What?
like cake.
Vivek? What am I saying?
Vivek.
Vivek? Oh. Well,
That's why he called Nikki Haley by
Vivek
her real name, because she couldn't. He's like, she refuses to learn how to pronounce my name, and her name is really strange.
what's going on with you know what? It's getting a little creepy with old Taylor Swift.
Why?
It's just way too creepy, man. She's like, dude.
She's like perfect.
Dude, I don't know. I don't like what's happening here. I just I see way too much programming going on with the Swiftie. I don't trust her. I think they're
She's
gonna
no
use
worse
her,
than any other
They're gonna
lizard.
weaponize her. Huh?
She's no worse than any other lizard.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just right now she's just
Top lizard.
go-to lizard. Yeah, she's the hot lizard. I just don't believe I don't believe it. And she's with that guy, and she's like, oh yeah, and like right before Christmas, she's gonna dump him after Valentine's.
No, they love
Oh,
and respect each other.
Okay. All right. You really love those lizard relationships, don't you?
No, I just don't understand the hate. She hasn't really done nothing wrong.
Oh, come on. Dude, she's literally, have you not seen her? She didn't see her on the black cube now? The satanic Saturn cube? Like she just they had to put out the black cube so she could dance on whatever, sing on top of that. The music videos. I mean, all the
Don't be
symbolism.
a hater, Dan.
Oh, yeah. What is up with this chick's lips? Look at those lips. Jesus. Okay, sorry. I'm just checking out videos.
I
real
don't
quick.
see.
Oh. You don't see it? Oh. Thumbnails are pretty small. All right. Well. How about this girl? Come on, guys. Would you date her?
Y'all, I got dressed up.
Apparently, she got dressed up to go out, and she got dumped. Well, she didn't get dumped. The guy just, I guess, bailed. But I don't know. Let's listen in. Let's see if we can see maybe why the date didn't happen. Here we go.
Just in time for plans to be canceled. I got dressed up. I did my makeup. I put on something strappy just in time for my plans to be canceled. So here I am, Katie, the American Jewish girl, showing off this outfit, this look for all of you instead. Tight turtleneck, bodycon skirt. Tell me it's not giving college in like 2010. It is giving college 2010. There is so much curl product in my hair. Perfect point cat eyes. Both sides. This took time. I look like I could ruin someone's life. This is just a little reminder that hot girls support Palestine. This is a reminder that like these Jewish girls recognize an ethnic cleansing when it's happening. Chomp chomp. Okay. And she ate. Take every opportunity to remind people that it's not sexy to ignore mass atrocities.
Wow. Okay.
That escalated quickly.
So, yeah, I mean, probably a good call. I think so.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Kimberly. She said turtleneck, and I'm like, do you know what a turtleneck is?
I don't know. Yeah, she said turtleneck. Yeah, and she was talking about her actual physical neck.
I think she
that of a
meant
turtle.
the fabric of the shirt was the same, and she didn't know what to call it.
I don't know. It was weird. I was like, well, maybe her neck extends. they say the lizards, can morph. Said she was Jewish. I'm kidding. I'm not David Icke. Okay, I don't believe that all.
No, the
all the,
outfit wasn't bad. I thought it was
all
about
right.
that. And
I thought it was pretty revealing and strappy.
Yeah.
Kind of says she's ready for more than just a date, right? No.
You don't want to give too much away too quickly.
I would think that you would leave something for the imagination, but she seemed to be,
Did you
ready.
notice how low they were?
Yes, I did notice she had a very low boobie.
What's going on, people?
What is wrong with these girls and their low boobs, man? Is it? Do you think it's just the way the bra is nowadays, or something?
Because
Kinda-
a lot of women, especially small-chested younger women, will wear a bralette, and it doesn't offer any support, so they just
Oh,
start to
they
drop
just
faster.
dangle. They dangle for our delight. I think women should go back to the 50s bra, so they have the banana
No.
boobie. I missed the banana boobie.
How the
I
heck are
want
you
it
supposed to
back.
sleep with that thing?
Well, you don't sleep with the thing on. You just wear them, like with a blouse or whatever.
I don't know. It just feels so weird to wear one. I don't know if I'd be able to sleep.
Well,
Mammary Della effect.
it's the Mammary Della. That's good. I like that. That's pretty good. The pointy bra. Yes, Kimberly. Remember the 50s, like the 50 bra? I'm telling you, I think it's Mandela, because if you look at boobs back in the 40s and 50s, like
You
were
wanted
shaped
them
different.
lifted.
They were pointy. They had that. They were kind of, I don't know. They're like coming to get you.
No, that was just the style.
And then you had the round
bra
dome
was
boobie. You had the dome boobie in the 80s, and because remember, I mean, like it is true. Like we always talk about like the thumbs and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
my biggest one is the booty. Like all the girls got booties. All of
I
a
don't
sudden.
understand it either. Like, they have the tiniest waist. So they're not big, but then their thighs and butt are big. It's like, how do you get those proportions? Unless you only do sit-ups and don't exercise the rest. It just makes sense to me.
Sherry says there's a name for that bra. It's called torpedo bras.
If
Really? I look
it was
that
an
up.
actual weapon, I might wear it.
Torpedo bras. Oh, there they are. That's what I'm talking about right there. Woo, right here, Fizzy. Bring these things back. Right there.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. That's a little too much, really.
This is the history of the bullet bra. In case you don't know what the bullet bra was, it was that very pointy bra that looked like your
See? Those things. They look like they could hurt you.
girls were sitting on a shelf. Bullet bras were very famous in the 1950s, but they were especially made famous by Lana Turner, who would wear the sweater with the pointy bullet bra. Many people say that they created the bullet bra because it was during the times of World War II and all of the women were going off to the factories, so they needed protection and safe brassieres really for the movies. It was really for men. It was really for fashion because it gave every woman at least an
I like that excuse, though. It's to help you girls.
Armor.
We want you guys to have bullet bras and have we want them to look like the tips of torpedoes, so you stay focused when you're building those weapons for us. Helps to inspire. See, that's what men do. We build to inspire. It's not really for us. It's to help you all, right?
I don't know if you can still buy one of those.
I bet you can. You should
What
try one
size
on,
do you think
Fizz.
you are?
You should give it a run. I think you should give it a go.
I'll whack you with it is what I would do. Oh my God, they still
And I
make
deserve it. No, no.
them.
What's that?
No.
Wait.
I just looked up
What?
the bullet bras, and one of the third pictures is a man wearing the bra.
Stop.
It's not a bullet bra.
What?
This is just like a sports bra. It's like, I mean, some men maybe could use that. I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a picture I got when I looked up bullet bras. I think it's for you can get them off
Kimberly.
Amazon for like $15.
Kimberly says, I like the fembot bras of the Austin Powers that shot bullets. Yeah, that was funny. God, that movie. So funny. Oh, by the way, you might know that I was blown away by something. You know, I'm not, you know, I used back in the day, man. I used to just pull that, man. I used to always pull the Mandela card. I'd be like, oh, that's Mandela. You know, like everything was like, oh my God. But I'm not saying this is Mandela or nothing, but okay, remember the Ghostbusters series, right? Fizzy? You remember
The
Ghostbusters?
cartoon?
No, the movies.
Yeah.
Remember? Okay, remember a couple years ago, everybody was like, "Oh my God!" They came out with like a all-female version,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it bombed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you something. After that one bombed, did they make any more movies?
Who?
The series? Did they do any more movies?
No.
Ghostbusters.
No.
Holy shit! That's what I thought. Okay. So then I was looking this up. I saw somebody was talking about movies and like sequels and whatever, and somebody said in a video that, oh, the Ghostbusters, you know, that one was pretty good, and they were talking about, you know, like how the last Ghostbusters was a good movie. And I'm like, you mean the one with that bombed at the box office? Like, I never saw it, but I just heard about it. So there's
For
a
some reason, I
Ghostbusters.
did see it. I don't remember where. It was
There's
pretty
one called.
bad.
You guys know that there's a Ghostbusters out. Actually, looks pretty good. It's called Ghostbusters Afterlife. Came out in 2021. Did anybody ever hear of this movie?
Let me see.
Okay, so some people did know about it. I had no
They
idea.
made one
Not
with
like I said,
kids?
I'm not calling it Mandela, y'all. I'm not doing it. I'm just saying that's weird because, I mean, 2021. I don't know. It came out. Let me see. Came out. All right, so it says this came out in. It just says 2021. I'm not sure what month. However, you know, that was during the pandemic, so we were all kind of hanging out. Well, I thought I saw it, you know, or known about it. I did not see it. Anyway, it looks halfway decent. So I want to actually check that out. And I guess they're kind of starting kind of a new series with this with the younger kids now that find the Ghostbuster stuff, and so they're gonna, I guess, like his granddad or whatever was a Ghostbuster. I'm not sure how. I just saw the clips, but it looks good, and I heard it was pretty decent. So anyway, just thought I'd run that by you guys. I don't know, just one of those random things. I see. Why don't I remember the female one? Kimberly says, "Yeah, apparently they had a female
Yeah.
one, but I heard it was not good." Yeah.
It was the Saturday Night Live ladies that did it.
Guardian Matrix says it was made for kids with plenty of nostalgia. See, that's what I'm thinking. It'd be cool with the nostalgia because the first two, well, the first one was the best, but the second one was all right. Dan, you talked about the last Ghostbusters before it came out. Huh?
I don't
What?
remember.
No, I didn't. I'm perplexed.
I don't
am
see
not.
that comment either.
Holy crap.
It's weird.
I see it. Maybe you have to be on. I don't know. I'm looking at it through the dock. Okay, you got me perplexed, sir. Well, let me see here. I think we've ran our course. We are at 2. Wow, I did not think we'd go this long, honestly, Fizzy. So, is there anything you want to share with everybody before we go?
Let me look through my articles real quick.
Yes. Yeah, I
I don't
missed
think there's
anything.
anything
Yeah.
through my articles real quick.
Yes. Yeah, I
Oh,
missed anything.
I did send you a picture.
Okay.
I want to ask if you would hug that tree if you saw it in real life.
Let me see.
I would. It's in the newsroom.
Oh, it's in the news one? Okay. Okay. Oh, I missed a couple.
It's all right. Nothing that can't wait. Just that there's aliens under the ocean.
Hold on a second. That's kind of cute. The tree one's just weird. I'm not even gonna show that. It's freaking me out. This one says, I don't want an adult anymore. Don't even want a human. I want a goat. Jump around randomly, eat what I want, and headbutt anyone who annoys me.
I wouldn't
yeah,
mind.
cute little goat. Oh, that'd be great.
Goats are
At least
cute.
just for a day. Yeah, just for a day.
Yeah, I'm getting.
I think we should be able to express ourselves, like
Well, I'm not gonna
maybe
dress as a goat and
maybe on our
jump
birthday.
around.
Well, I'm not saying to go headbutt people, but I'm just saying, God, it'd be great to just just let loose at work, and just have one day where I could say whatever I want without any repercussions, and just like
What would you say?
there's a few people that I just would love to have a talk with.
Yeah.
A kind
Yeah, I hear you.
suggestions that might help them in life, and not hold back. A few things I need to say, get off my chest. It would just be very liberating. I wish I could do that, but
Therapeutic, I think is the
very
word.
yeah. Well, therapeutic too. Let me see here. What else did you put? What is this? This guy has ruined Starbucks for me. What is that? Okay.
Oh, that's the weirdo that I didn't understand what
When I
he
got
was.
my kick pops removed, I specifically asked my surgeon to leave the bag intact. That's because
Okay, so
down
what
the
does that
line,
mean? Does that mean
So
he
he
just
had
got a
the
flap of
innards.
skin?
He had the
So he's just
imagine
got a
removing
flap of
the
skin.
imagine you have a walnut, okay?
I know
And
what
you
they
remove the
are.
nut, but you leave the shell.
So it's just a giant flap. That's
Yeah,
disgusting.
it's just kind of It's kind of weird.
Look how he's
use
dressed
my
like a
kick
little
pop stick
girl.
Okay, I don't even know where we're going with this. Okay, hold on.
and turn it into a donut, the bag can come in handy. There are a couple methods that use the bag itself, but the one that I'm referring to is called the cake pop stick inversion method. What they do is they take the cake pop stick and they turn it inside out, essentially turning the inside of the cake pop stick into the lining of the donut.
You will never be a woman, you sicko. And notice how these weird, strange, very, 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 very disturbed people, how often they are dressed not like women, but like little girls. You see that this man, who is so obviously a man, would never, ever, ever be mistaken as a woman by anyone, is dressed like a 6-year-old child. I promise you that is not on accident.
When I got
Oh my God. Okay. Wow.
So
I
he
didn't
just
want to
got a
hear how he was.
floppy
Yeah.
skin. Ugh.
Oh, I
That's
just, my
disgusting.
goodness. Okay. All right. Let's
My
see here.
brain can't even comprehend what that would.
Hmm. Okay. Advanced humans. What? Let's see what
Hmm?
this is. Just pulling up last remaining articles here. British UFO expert claims aliens are advanced or are advanced form of humans hiding under the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And we've seen UFOs hovering around the waters. If they were hiding
Why
anywhere,
on earth would you want to hide under the ocean?
because no one
What a
looks in the
terrible place to
ocean.
hide.
And that's why they staged that Titanic diversion, so that no one goes
Uh-huh.
looking down there anymore.
Oh, right. I think they're just idiots that were in a dumb sub that imploded. They probably should. I don't know.
Well, think about every
Like,
time they try to explore the
yeah.
ocean, something terrible happens. They don't
Yes,
want us down
because
there.
well, yeah, because it's very dangerous to go down there because it's all the pressure and
Perfect place to
yes.
hide.
Well, okay, fair enough, but you can't really do anything down there. You must really love fishing. I mean, and it's really dark and gloomy, and there's no light, and like I don't know if you're on the
They
bottom of
probably
the
have their own
ocean.
little cities down there.
I mean, unless you like want to live your life out as a starfish, I don't really know what the point is. You know, I'd rather be. Plus, you got like a flying saucer and stuff. You can go anywhere you want. You know what? In fact, if you just want to like go take over some shit in an island or something somewhere and just be like, you know what, we're just making this ours, and there's some
Or go
indigenous
past
there.
the wall and live there. I know,
You
but
just
when they do come here and
zap
look
'em.
around and observe, I think they
Yeah.
hide their ships underwater.
Well, you know, there's some reports that might lend that to be true. I mean, there's been lots of sightings in the ocean, and you know, I'm not saying they don't go in the
Mm-hmm.
ocean. I just don't believe they all live there. I think they're you know, they're somewhere else out there. Like I just
Yeah.
think that someplace we don't know about. You know,
But I'm just saying when they come to observe and interfere, they just hide there.
I don't believe they're on the moon either. I don't know. There is something weird with the moon, though. You know, I was looking through my moon photos. I've done that before with. I think we looked at them too. And there's too many like rectangle, like a rectangle looking structure right in the center of each crater. It just looks so unnatural fitting.
Mm-hmm.
And I found this one of my moon photos. Don't know why it showed up on this particular one, the angle of light, but it looks like a giant tower on the moon. It is bizarre.
I do
I don't
wonder
know.
what's up there sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, so this and a recently aired 2-hour documentary on the UFO crash called Roswell 75: The Final Evidence. Anna Whitty was featured alongside expert Philip Mantle, director and producer Spiros Milriz, and Dr. David Hall. The documentary also featured an interview with Dr. Shirley Wright, a former colleague of Albert Einstein, stated that the aliens inquired about human exploration inside the ocean. They asked how far into the ocean the humans traveled. I think the aliens would know that better than us. Okay. Anyway. All right. Well, there you go. Yeah. We're going to see something going on with that. Oh, my God. Sorry, I just saw a bunch of puppies. Anyway, let's go ahead and we're going to wrap this one up, people. Let me get back here and see who we have. Participants list. Wow. We have Beats Countryside Mongoose, Kimberly Frederick, Digital Arts, Sherry D, and let's see, we had Joe Bloor, we had DJ Katie, Guardian Matrix. Good to see you. Let's see. Who else? Anyone? Okay. I think everybody went to bed already, and they're just listening to the broadcast right now. I'm just scrolling up to see who might still be around talking. David Morris was here. And Recycling Reality. All right, guys. Well, you know what? I think that's going to end it for tonight's show. I guess, Fizzy, you get the last word. Anything else?
I think puppies.
Puppies? Oh, Ken Roz. Don't forget Ken Roz is lurking. Good deal. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you all for being here. Until next week, okay? Everybody stay safe out there. And, if you ever need to get a hold of me, it's scareperformance at gmail.com. All right? So if you see any show tips or have any stuff that you might want to see us talk about, let us know. All right, man. Everybody take care out there. Have a great night and have a great Sunday. Good night, everybody. Bye.